Hello, Internet, and welcome to Hearts of Stone. We are here to play some Blades in the Dark, and we are so excited for you to be joining us here today.
I'm not.
Wow. All right, cancel the stream.
I don't want any of chat. Go home. I want you to be here.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
I'm kidding. I love you.
Fuck all of you. Okay. Hi.
It's only 2 p.m. I'm not tired yet.
I know. We're going to have an energy here today. Thanks for joining us, though. We will, despite what Van says, we're excited to have you here. Hi, Sita. We will be getting started here in a minute, continue our game. But first, talk about things we got going on the channel this week. We're going to have a couple of programming changes this week due to some travel. So I believe our next scheduled stream after this one will be on Wednesday. For Neon Souls Season 4. We are going to be continuing our game there in a new system because we got frustrated with Star Wars 5th Edition. So we're switching over to Scum and Villainy. So if you like Forged in the Dark systems, you're gonna love it. So come join us for that at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on Wednesday. Otherwise, if you want to see the full lineup, we've had some schedule changes, which will be going into effect basically week after next. You can see the full lineup of our schedule below our faces. If you're watching live on Twitch, if you're over on YouTube, head over to our Twitch page and you can see whatever we're doing right now. That's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and let my level players here introduce themselves, talk about who they are, what they do on and off this channel, and who they are playing tonight, starting as always with Van.
What's up, everybody? I'm Van. Hi. There's a cats in here. You can find me on the internet at Van But Wilder, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. I stream on this channel several times a week, and also over on twitch.tv/hackrecklessly on most Sunday nights playing Dungeons and Dragons. Tonight, this afternoon, I guess, I am playing Glass, who is the Whisper.
I believe I'm next. Yes, today's gonna be a day, y'all. It's been a doozy. Hello, I'm Shani Sid. You can find me on the internet at Greek Sid. I am here on Saturdays and Mondays and Tuesdays. Eventually, we're getting there, y'all. You can also find me starting June 2nd over on twitch.tv/indoor adventures. We're gonna do that 3-shot of sports, which is the Fight with Spirit game made by Story Brewers, which is my favorite company ever. So yeah, definitely check that out starting June 2nd. This afternoon, I'm playing Salome. She is our spider.
Hello, everybody. My name is RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter, Twitch, and all other social medias. I'm going to be in that game in June, too. And if you want to see me play myself, i.e. someone who flirts but can't take it, come join us then. Today I'm playing Fume. He goes by he, him. He's the leech, and I'm gonna mute now.
And that just leaves me. Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com, doing nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D, and a lot of things on the Indoor Adventurer stream. Today I'm going to be playing as Grackle, who is our hound at DanaeKeener.com.
That just leaves me. Hi everyone, I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. I am here a few days a week playing and running games. I already talked about most of the games I run. Also run a game of Red Jenny on Mondays, where we play the Dragon Age TTRPG. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Are y'all ready to get started? Alrighty. Previously on Hearts of Stone, we started in a pretty dramatic spot, y'all. After the fallout of saving Melvir, confronting the Baron, finding out Grackle's secret, tragic past, we had a bit of a come to Jesus meeting amongst your crew, where you, Grackle kind of shared a bit of what was actually going on. You all talked for a bit. You read the Baron's diary. There was a lot of tension and a lot of unity in the Unity Den last session. Ultimately, bridges were mended in various states of disrepair, and you continued into downtime. Lots of resting, recovering, many of you having injuries you needed to sort out. We had some overindulgences. Grackle lost her vice purveyor again. The overall a lot of like bookkeeping, kind of shopkeeping. You ultimately decided to go to Skurlock and try to get some information from him. Having like a couple leads to follow. You wanted to find out like what happened with Cobb, get his input on what's going on with the Baron as well, and following up on Salome's secret Forgotten Gods dealings. You got some good information. You found out that the symbol that Cobb had left behind, that had drawn his own blood on the wall, belonged to a demon associated with revenge named Orabus. Not very surprising, but gave you another lead on potentially what happened to Cobb and what you might have to deal with in the future if this demon were to show its head, were to rear its head again. You also discuss kind of what might be going on with the Baron, having a couple of theories. Ultimately, I think Fume succeeding on some checks, recalling some information, learned, we got a lot of like lore about the construction of heartstones, some research that had gone into creating holes through like the manufacturing of souls, and ultimately came to the theory that the Baron may have fully like copied himself in creating these clones of him, these whole constructions. That might have been what you confronted at the factory you blew up. You also discussed, I think we followed up on Salome's. I think we followed up on something. Was that last session or was that a couple sessions ago? Now I'm trying to remember.
No, we followed up.
We did follow up on that. And you found out some more information on what the what this ritual might be for. Wanted to learn some more about the Forgotten Gods. Had found out that there were rituals like this in the past that had been completed by cultists attempting to manifest these forgotten deities into the world, mostly leading to their destruction and death of any involved. With this rather cheery information for all of you in hand, we began to set off kind of dialing in on what your next job would be. However, Glass was approached by their patron. You got so many
You can
like
say
patrons
mommy.
now. Mommy. Okay, we're gonna go with mommy because you got too many patrons. Your demon mommy, Azrael, who offered you your next target in the furtherance of your bargain. Specifically gave you the name Roland Watt, who you found out to be a prominent acolyte of the church, known for hosting extravagant hedonistic parties at his mansion, and told you that this would be your next assassination target. With all of that being said, you did a little bit of information gathering on Roland to try to figure out where he was at. You failed miserably, and you did get some information, though. The consequences of that failure will manifest soon. I think that's pretty much it. So we can jump back in. I think we did it off stream. We did get in, do our upgrades for the crew because we talked about at the beginning of last session, and ultimately couldn't come to a decision. But we decided the crew, it now has a boat. Rather nice boat. Did y'all put both upgrades in the boat?
Oh yeah, we have more than just a boat, fam. We have a boat, a dock on a waterway, and a shack to store boating supplies. And we've upgraded the boat with armor and more cargo capacity. Do we need to decide where we're keeping our boat? Where our
I
dock
was actually
is.
just about to ask that. I assumed it would be somewhere in Silkshore, but that is up to y'all because it probably would not fit well abutting the jewelry box itself.
Because all things
Um,
considered, all of those canalways are very shallow and end off in like sort of. It looks like enclosures or those are
Yeah, I mean
bridges.
it's a crowded area. You could have your dock connect near the jewelry box if we wanted to go that way, but it is going to be difficult to
I mean, it could
maneuver.
be a combination of like sewer access to get to like an underground dock, you know?
Yeah, I mean y'all have your like special ability you've had since the get go, with your secret passages and all of that. You can get places.
Welcome to
unseen.
the Fume Cave.
Yeah.
There is a
Welcome to
giant
cave.
penny here for some reason.
I tried to add a boat to the map, and all the boats were way too big, and I couldn't shrink them down. And so I'm gonna have to work on that another time. But yeah, it's really whatever where y'all kind of are thinking. I was kind of assuming maybe like, I forgot how to ping. God damn it.
So hear me out. We have a dagger that also functions as a flute that we can play to summon the boat.
Double right click.
Double right click. So I was assuming maybe somewhere like in this area on the shoreline or the coastline here.
Yeah, like between Crowfoot and Silk Shore.
Yeah. That's probably, or we could do it like on the north side up that way. I was thinking like one of those places. There's some docks over there.
Well, it's literally called the docks. Right? Across from us.
Across from you, yes, literally those are the docks over there. But all these like little areas jutting out into the water along Silkshore are also docks. So does anyone have a strong preference?
North of Silk Shore is fine with me.
All right, we'll go with like right there. I'll find a
Works for
marker
me.
or something to put down for
Perfect.
Gets us a little closer to White Crown, I suppose.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, y'all want to make a trip up to White Crown?
Hello, Lord Governor!
We've got a boat.
It's
you know
honestly
what?
a pretty prime location.
Yeah.
all things said.
Okay, but a big
Can
app.
access pretty much any part of the city from there.
If we do eventually get the cart, can we have a mission where we have to go to Goat Island to source our goats?
Is there a goat island?
Yeah, by the Three Queens. Red Queen Island, Quarantine Island, and Goat Island.
There's a goat island.
Is
Is it
that
like-
just where the goats live?
With no
And there's
predators.
a quarantine island. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Is that where the sick goats live?
right. Goats.
Uh-oh. Why'd you say
Y'all have to go.
Why'd you say it like... Wings, why'd you say it like that? Wings?
I don't know. I legitimately don't know.
You know, looking at this, sorry, we keep detracting, but looking at this map, hey, Val, what the fuck's the Lost District?
The Lost District.
Don't know. No one's ever found it.
The Lost District
Yeah.
is the.
Why is it outside the barrier?
So it's a section of the city before like that has been lost essentially before the barriers are has been like overtaken by spirits and entities of the Deathlands
colonnade.
outside.
The chains.
There are
The
people that do
meal.
like scavenging. They're the Deathland scavengers, like that'll go into the Lost District to look for
Stuff.
I just
stuff,
want to
yeah.
point out that the main attractions to the Lost Quarter are the Colonnade, the Chains, the Kneel, the Crypt Quarter, and the Bath
The
Quarter.
Bath Quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all
Okay.
haven't really had.
I
much
kind of
reason
want
or-
to go up there soon. Like,
Is that where I go and get my milk baths? I've told no
Yeah.
one this whole time. I just go up to the Bath Quarter and get my milk
Yeah.
baths.
Just a lot of ghost milk.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Ew.
That's called ectoplasm, Val. Be respectful.
I'm really struggling hard to find a boat. Like, God, that boat's massive. How do I shrink these? All right. I'm gonna figure that out later.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we have our boat. Is there anything everyone wants to? So Glass, you have this job essentially. I guess is there anything else in like free play before we get into this mission, the score that y'all want to get up to?
I've been thinking about it this week. I know that we said that my Lara had said she would be in touch with us, but has not been. Has been suspiciously radio silent.
Mm-hmm.
Above table, or we could chat about it. Do we feel it would behoove us to attempt to reach out to her?
She's gonna
Or-
need to get really cool with a lot of things really quick if Grackle's gonna be there.
Well, that's my thing. I don't think Grackle's gonna be there. Because that's sort of how we make amends of, like, yeah, we were betrayed, and we're really pissed about it. So
Anyway, here's our new friend, Jackal.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Here's Wonderwall.
here's Wonderwall. Again, it's a hard sell, but just sort of going along the lines of, does it look just as suspicious for us to not then attempt to reach out to her if we just got betrayed and we are pissed and feel really bad about it and are trying to save face?
Got a point.
I think it's probably worth it.
Yeah.
Fume should not attend this meeting because my Lyra thinks he has a gaping chest wound.
Yes.
It
Well, we
has
could throw
been
some
several.
We can
It
throw
has
some
been several
bandages over that.
weeks.
That's been several weeks. Okay.
Yeah, you've had enough time to recover and stuff. Like all of you are recovered and everything now, so that's not too strange.
Okay.
You could move a little uncomfortably like you got a hernia or something.
Yeah. Where are you at with it? Do you still have an injury, or are you completely healed now?
I think I have like a stage 1 at least.
Yeah. So that's not too suspicious.
I've been taking copious amounts of drugs to ease the pain. I got shot in the chest and all I got was this migraine.
No, I think if we have this go down, then I think Salome finds a really nice walking stick. Something like very decorative, because she is still limping right now. And we really play up that we also were had some sacrifices and bad things that happened to us because of how this went down. Are
I
we
will
okay
help.
moving forward with that?
Sounds
Again,
good.
this is kind of a big step because it could go horribly wrong. So I just wanted to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk to
first.
her eventually, so we might as well get out in front of it.
Okay.
Is what I think.
Fume?
I'm
Jackal.
This is fine.
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall?
Yeah. I mean, yes, go for it.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I could.
Like,
It's just gonna take me a sec to find the chords.
sooner rather than later to reach out to her is gonna be best, because the longer you let that hang, the more the relationship will deteriorate.
Well, the more time she has to think about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we all
You
know what
wanna-
happens
you
when
want-
you think about an interaction for any period of time.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
That
all we
always
have
goes
to
well.
do
You
is
freak.
Stardew Valley speedrun relationshipper and keep depositing a gift at her doorstep every single day for a week. And
You can
eventually,
only do 2 per week.
damn, you're right. I guess the other one could go to the Baron.
Yeah.
You
That's
want-
okay. I've got a chest full of 700 bottles of peach wine.
I just
Want-
keep thinking the more and more, like, just default, I think, within this society, everyone has anxiety. I mean, just, you live in Dust
I
Bowl.
think
Oh,
you
sure.
Just have anxiety.
I think if you
So-
don't
Yeah.
have anxiety, everybody's like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
You don't have
Anxiety is
anxiety,
the
you die.
normal-
Like, yeah.
Well, that's
So-
why everyone lives such short lives. It's not because they get killed. It's because everybody has a heart attack at 35.
because everyone's just pumping full of cortisol all the time.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I'm totally down with doing that. If y'all want to go ahead and
So
do that.
I guess we'd write just like a correspondence to be like, I mean, something along the lines of, hoping that you all and your, group are well after such a horrible tragedy. Obviously, our group is piecing things back together ourselves, a lot of injuries, and the extremely aggravating betrayal that we are now coping with. And hoping to meet with you to discuss what can be done to rectify things on our end as shit's gone south. Far more eloquently than that, obviously.
Yeah.
But
That shit sucked. You good?
you good?
I'm gonna have you do a roll,
Okay.
just kind of see the impact of this.
Okay.
It sounds like you're trying to sway,
Okay.
unless I could see consort too.
I would much prefer Duke Consort, as I have full dice on that.
You have a relationship, and your relationship is currently still positive. So I think the consort works just as well. So if you wanna go with that instead, I think that's totally fine.
I'll throw in an assist.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm rolling 5 here.
We're gonna go with. We'll call this risky. We'll go with risky. Risky. Now here's my real question here. How much?
Well,
what's
I
the
also
effect of
do.
this?
Yeah, would my harm, as this is a letter, come into the less effect for
What's
this?
your harm?
I have 2 level 1s, limp and scabbed.
No, it's both physical injuries.
Okay,
So those
cool.
won't come into effect here. But I am going to say, given everything that has happened, I'm going to initially put this, and so we can kind of, before we do the roll, y'all can decide how you want to deal with this. We can put this at risky limited.
Okay.
Just given the nature of everything going on. You have 2 options. Fume can assist to increase the effect instead
That's
of
what I
adding
was
additional
thinking.
die.
Yeah.
I also, Van reminded me that there's a rule that we haven't really discussed a lot in this since like the initial, since we initially started this game, which is trading position for effect.
I learned a rule to a game.
Hey!
Yeah, we haven't done that a lot, but I need to make sure that y'all are aware of it. You can trade your position for increased effect with my approval if the situation allows for it, which means that you would move this to a desperate action, but it would go up to a standard effect. Now, keep in mind, desperate actions have bigger consequences, so that is it's not necessarily the
And-
best thing to bring it to a desperate effect, but as an
Can you
option.
use that in conjunction with the assist?
Yes, yeah, you can still assist. So like if you
We were
wanted
to-
to give the
Sorry.
additional die,
I
and then
Switch
could-
position.
you could switch position to make it to say essentially you're making like in writing this letter, it's more of like an all or nothing situation, which means if it doesn't go well, it's gonna probably negatively impact your relationship with her.
I feel like in
Morgan
this
Gamble.
letter, then it's gonna be maxing out the jewelry box's outrage at like, hey, you kind of set us up for this.
Yeah, a little reverse psychology of, yeah.
How are you
Hey,
going to
what the
make
fuck?
amends? This was not our fault at all.
It's up to you if you want to keep it at if you want to take the additional effect from Fume and just keep your die because you have 4 dice on this normally.
I would just have 4, yeah.
Which 4 is really good.
Yeah.
If you keep it at 4 dice and take the assist to increase the effect, then we'll keep it as a risky action, which means that if the action fails, you could still have another shot at this. If you decide to trade position effect, take the additional die. Again, more of an all or nothing situation. And that's one thing that I'm again, as we're looking at it, I'm doing more research into like getting better at running Blades in the Dark. I'm going to start hitting all with bigger consequences on desperate actions because I haven't done the best job of that.
What do we think, fam? You know the way I want to lean with this.
So on 4 dice, the last couple of results were a 2-1-2-2, 5-3-3-5, 2-2-2-5. Take with that what you will. I also believe there was just a roll with all 2s that I made last time.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you
that
did.
that did happen.
So
Statistically speaking, you can't do any worse than that.
Yeah,
Actually, statistically speaking, you can, but
I think I'm gonna go for it.
go for it.
I think I'm
okay,
gonna go for
so
it.
trading position. So we're gonna make this a desperate action. You're gonna take the additional die from Fume. So it'll be 5 dice, and this will be a risky or a desperate standard action.
Alrighty,
Got it.
here we go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. So we have 3 1s, but then a 5 and a 6.
Okay.
So we do
Okay.
have 1 6.
Okay.
I rolled, saw those 3 1s, and went fuck. But no, we have a 6 and a 5.
You were about to see me disappear from the camera for a bit because I was gonna lay on the floor.
There's a mention of regret. I know it well.
God.
We're installing a couch in the dimension of regret
Yes.
for this game.
Just
There's
to
so
lie
much fun
face
there.
down on and plank. Oh,
Can we install a chaise lounge so I may faint on it like a Victorian lady?
yes,
Yeah.
of course. It's Blades in the Dark.
I'm pushing for a vending machine.
I can't lay down on a vending machine, not again.
There's some permits we have to get for that first.
Yeah.
Okay, you send this letter to the. We can say this kind of happened maybe a little bit earlier in this period. You write this eloquent letter, but essentially with framing as a desperate action, a little more like. We were saying a little more with the what the fuck energy, kind of.
Yeah,
mixed
more of
in
like
with
that.
it.
It's almost passive aggressive end of like, yes, we're apologizing. Like this person ingratiated themselves within our group, but what the fuck is going on with your boss? Like, what is this? What was this situation? How did this happen? Like, thank you for everything you've done. Obviously, want to continue to do business and all of that, but we need some info here because we have a sumbitch to track down now.
Okay. You get a letter back a few days later from a courier, delivers it to the jewelry box, and it is written in Mylera's hand and signed by her. Requesting you to come to the Eruvian Sword Fighting Academy in Cinder Heights at your earliest convenience so you can discuss this matter in person.
Okay.
I'm over to where we have so many swords.
So many swords, you guys. So many swords. Okay. All right. I know we are all still injured, but we're playing those injuries up. All right. Visible bandages, limps, moving carefully. Eye patch for me, probably too much. I'll just use the walking cane. It's fine. But
Oh, wait, hold on. Fume ducks dead, retreats out of the room, comes back. There is an eye patch with an embroidered rose on it.
at least for now. It's still sensitive after the explosion, so perfect, thank you. Oh, I can still see through it. Oh, it's like cosplay. Oh, I like that. All right, thank you.
It's very sheer fabric.
Grackle. Jackal.
I still can't believe we're going with
Just-
that.
It just works. Obviously, we cannot have you come your new aesthetic is quite different, but given the shine that Mylera had taken to you, I'm fairly certain she still might recognize you, so...
Here's the other tall, buff woman that we found.
Yeah. We have a type for the job,
Totally
and we just, it's like,
This
are
is
you at least
Jackal
6 feet
Crab.
tall? Are you
Completely
fucking ripped?
That would be the check that it would take for you to make that work.
So funny.
astronomical.
Yeah.
All right, this is desperate. No effect, and
Yeah.
oh my god.
All things considered, Jackal is a very handsome woman. We could just stick a faux beard on her and...
That's fine. I'll just go on Overwatch like I always do.
Again, if there is a fourth in your group that bears in any way a resemblance to Grackle,
fucking...
I will make you make a series of checks,
Okay,
unlike
here's-
which you have ever seen.
Of which you have never seen.
Here's what we do, though. Our fourth is gonna be Grab for a while, and then we slowly interchange Grackle and Grab, so that they keep mistaking them.
Put Grab in some
Go!
platforms.
Grackle just single white females grab. Done.
I'm sorry,
Like,
Smash.
done.
Smash.
There you go.
Smash.
No,
yeah.
it's Grab. Smash is the
big guy.
is her brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what I was
you're
saying.
doing Smash. Okay, got it.
Smash
Got it.
instead
Got
of
it.
like-
Grab.
Oh, because you okay, yeah.
Slowly change their appearance to look more and more like
It's-
Grackle.
Yeah.
Until we finally just like switch them out completely.
Yes.
There was a thing I
Look
did.
at
Perfect.
we're really boiling the frog here.
There was a thing I did on my old job where I would just wear a different, like, shaded shirt, but it was just slightly shaded differently. So you go back and you would look, I would be wearing a completely different shirt, but everyone was like, but he always wears the same colored shirt at work. No, it's not. It's different.
Listen, y'all can do whatever you want.
No. Graggle's gonna stay on Overwatch.
Yeah,
It'll
I'm
just be
going
the
on
three of
Overwatch.
us. And we could bring like our fourth, like we need muscle or whatever. Like
We'll bring Melvier.
Oh, even better.
Incredible.
Maybe best just to go with the three of you.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Hello. This is my boyfriend, Gelvia.
They'll be so focused on Melvier, the person they were hired to kidnap.
They
that
won't even
will-
notice Grackle.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the three of you are going, and Grackle is sticking around nearby on Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in
Okay.
case this turns out to be like one big fucking trap.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, nor the last.
Okay.
You
So
know, sure you should be playing up those injuries.
Oh, of course. If they do want to start some shit, I'd rather them think they have the upper hand and not realize how much better we all are.
You don't think it's showing weakness?
I think that's the point.
She sort of shrugs. There's a reason she's not the plan maker.
All right. So a few days later, the Glass, Fume, and Salome head into Crow's Foot. Grackle tailing a block behind, in disguise, I imagine, and keeping her distance. You head to Crow's Foot, which haven't really spent a lot of time in this game, but Crow's Foot is quintessential Dustfall. It is the when most people outside Dustfall think of the city and how it's described, this is what they think of. You see, there's kind of a melding of many different districts and different peoples within this territory. You have dockers filing to and from work, minks playing their trade on the corners, blue coats on patrols, shaking down shopkeeps for bribes on the corner. There are, you'll see people clearly marked like different factions and gangs throughout the city, throughout this area, which is almost always under dispute territorially, that are eyeing each other down from across the street from one another. A fight starting to break out at any moment. It's dark, fog rolling in off of the river. Cramped buildings, multi-level, with bridges spanning the gaps between them, old manor houses that have been chopped into apartment buildings, constructed of the traditional stone that much of the city is built off of. Occasionally you'll see a fine coach, a carriage that trundles its way through the wider city streets, being eyed by cut purses and thieves for an easy mark. You venture across Crowsfoot through the Rookery until you reach Cinder Heights, which is a area along a stretch of the canal that is one of the few places in Crowsfoot, if not all of Dustfall, that you see some greenery. There is vegetation here that is cordoned off by like a small park that's cordoned off by fences. It's not the lush, vibrant greenery that you might expect in any sort of real world setting. Instead, it is a little like dry, gray grass that's able to just barely manage life in this bleak, overcast environment. And the Eruvian Sword Fighting Academy is basically at the center of this. There is a stone wall that encircles the compound, a tall like 4-story, almost, I mean, it looks more like a fortress from the outside, something like akin, like between like a fortress and a university building. You had a question, Fume?
No, it was more like an afterthought. We've established that Fume is from Duskfall, but never like what particular point. And I'm thinking Crowsfoot was his old stomping grounds when he was a kid.
Okay, yeah. So you're
for the,
yeah, you're very familiar with the region. The Red Sash Sword Academy. This building here appears to be some sort of large mansion that has been converted into this HQ for the Red Sashes. As you walk up to the main gates leading into this compound, there are a couple of red sashes noted by their very distinguished red sash that they wear diagonally across their torso, allow you to enter as Fume, Glass, and Salome step along the cobblestone path amidst the trees towards the manor house. Grackle, I assume you're perching up at a maybe like a cafe across the street, or are you going like full rooftop Overwatch here?
It would be her vibe to go rooftop, which is probably counter to what we want to do here. So yeah, I'm saying cafe across the street, like dark
Cafe with a book.
sunglasses. Yeah.
A book that's been hollowed out and has a pistol in it. You're just sitting there pretending you as they head inside. Like a minute or two later, you find a seat here. Luckily, it's middle of the day. Plenty of cover around people who are walking the city streets or sitting at the cafe to give you enough cover that nobody would look twice at you.
Welcome to Spore Bucks. Can I take your order?
$4.
$4.
We have a
Everybody's
seasonal
heard of Daddy
pumpkin
Spore
spore latte.
A squash spore latte. Blah.
The
Sorry,
the
I
rest
feel like
of
I
you...
should apologize for making a Daddy Warbucks joke in 2024.
it fits the Victorian vibe that we're going
Yeah.
for. As you enter the academy, you begin to hear some like noise up ahead. There's a set of open palatial doors that lead into the academy itself, which you can see beyond. It actually looks like there's a uh, what's the word? Like a courtyard at the center. The mansion kind of built around it in a square.
Mhm.
The As you hear ringing of noise from the courtyards, steel against steel, as you walk through these open doors. In this courtyard, it's been cleared out as like a training ground, and you see a few dozen students that are currently practicing their sword forms, training under the watchful eye of a few instructors that are critiquing their technique, setting them up for fencing duels. They're wearing their fencing like guards and equipment, and as they practice their forms, you can see instruction kind of in full swing here in the middle of the day. As you kind of are in this in-between space, kind of in the building, but you can see through to the courtyard underneath this awning, and the actual building itself, the interior of the academy to your left and right. Footsteps approach as you see Zephyr walking towards you with purpose, and they approach and give a nod and say, "It's good to see you on again."
You as well. How are you and yours?
We've recovered best we can. Malera will be speaking with you in her study. Please, you'll follow me.
Thank you.
And
If there are any stairs to climb, I like the idea of either Glass or Fume, like, trying to assist.
No, I've got
Salome,
this.
and then she being like, no, like, just trying to save face, but being completely capable of going up the stairs.
You follow, then you go up a flight of stairs as long as you're like, really playing it up.
But playing it up, but also trying to pretend to play it down like, I'm fine, I'm totally fine, I've got this.
And you're taken around to the back of the building, which overlooks the canal. And Zephyr, kind of walking around the corner, you're following the line. You can see, so there's like some bunk rooms, some like dormitories for the students here, a few other like side like training rooms as well. There's some like equipment storage. Again, there's lots of rooms and stuff here. As it once was a mansion, but everything has kind of been retrofitted for more like practical purposes. You're taken around to the backside of the building, where a set of open double doors lead into Malera's office. You see a huge space, probably the study of some prominent nobleman in the past, has been converted into Malera's, as leader of the Red Sashes, like personal training and office space. A large table with a map of Dustfall in the center of the room. There are stores of books shelved in large, like floor-to-ceiling bookshelves on either side of the room. A rather simple desk kind of off to the left as you come in, with a writing implements, quills, as well as some equipment that is kind of all neatly kind of arranged. You can see the like fastidiousness of a very kind of focused and well-trained or well-disciplined person kind of emanating from this entire space. Malera currently sits on the balcony that is overlooking the waterway, with some canal boats lazily venturing up and down the canal here between Charter Hall and Crowsfoot. She's sitting in a set of like chairs, table, like a small like a tea what is the word I'm looking for? Patio furniture, for the best, ye old patio furniture. She's sitting in a simple chair underneath an awning, and currently has a very beautifully adorned. You see her, she carries this on her at all times, her saber that is resting in her lap as she's currently, you hear the scraping of her sharpening the blade with a whetstone.
Sounds about right.
As you enter, and Zephyr leads you out onto the balcony here, she sets the sword up onto the table, and motions for you all to sit.
From under, like, I imagine Fume has his coat draped over his arm, and from underneath that he will produce a bottle of liquor and put that on the table next to the sword. Consider it a small gift.
Thank you. She nods to Zephyr, who takes the bottle back into her study, and she says, "I'm afraid I will be abstaining from alcohol for a while as my penance for what transpired previously."
I myself am doing similarly.
You all look as you've recovered the best you can in this short period.
Physically, yes. How are you and yours?
We had, unfortunately, minimal casualties in the fire. The only ones we lost attempting to enter the factory before the explosion. Otherwise, recovering fine. My wounds have mostly healed at this point.
Good. Firstly, I don't know if we have properly thanked you for saving Fume's life.
Well, given how he aided me and saved mine in some regard before the explosion, it was only fitting.
To save a life is not something that we take lightly. So,
A life for a life, no payment is owed.
fair enough.
So I was interested to receive your letter, and I assume that there is more you wish to discuss. So please, tell me. What do you want?
We wish to understand. Grackle. Or the Grackle. What is the Baron doing that he would have a hull of Grackle Jack?
That is a difficult question to answer. I may not have made it clear exactly how much I owe to the Lord Marathon, but I do not ask him questions of his business. It is not my place. However, given what happened with my people in much danger, I will be reluctant to take further jobs without more information. I do not understand exactly what happened there, or if that thing was truly of the Baron's design. It did attack him, after all. I asked recently of Lord Maradon what happened, and he simply said there was a miscalculation. But that his wayward daughter would be brought to heel soon enough.
Daughter.
It appears so. I had my suspicions. He'd spoken previously of family, of having a child lost to him. I had assumed she had died, but after what happened, I put two and two together, and he confirmed for me that your prior acquaintance, Grackle, was in fact his prodigal daughter. I take it you did not know this.
All I knew was that Grackle said that her father had been killed. Well, can certainly see the depth of the deceptions.
How is it that she would have the resources or the ability to create a whole of herself to attack?
This bit of the situation is the one that I am most certain of. There is no way in the bloody hells that Jack made that thing. No offense to her faculties by any means. Grackle is very talented at very specific things. Sparkcraft is most assuredly not among them.
Well, that confirms one suspicion, then. She must have had help.
Yes. Or simply resources that we were unaware of.
In your time working together, you had no suspicions of her connection with the Baron or these resources?
I think the only thing Grackle and the Baron ever had in common in our eyes was how tall they are. Which, in hindsight, makes sense.
Jack always kept to herself, which, given our line of work, is most assuredly something that I respect. I don't pry unless necessary. This revelation, I am sorry to say, is even something that I did not foresee. Which is a shame, given that is my line of work.
Yes, I do find it surprising that you did not pick up on anything.
I do wish you had been able to get to know Jack a little better. For simply one evening's interactions, and I think you would understand when we say Jack didn't talk much.
It's a shame. But probably for the best.
Yes, all things considered. Especially given that she's not long for this world.
I would assume not. Well, I can assume then that you have not seen or heard from Jack since the incident?
Unfortunately, no. But, given our recovery, slow as it may be, we shall have more time and ability to take care of this minor problem.
Well, should you find her location and you need assistance, do let me know. We have our own task that the Baron has presented with us related to this matter, and we will be working on that. But I can spare some to help you if you happen to track down any leads.
I would suggest you let us know what you need left of her, because she's mine. And if anyone is going to kill her, it's going to be me.
She may well be the most wanted person in Dustbowl right now.
Perhaps. It seems that the Baron has tasked many important people to seeing this job done. If you happen to find her and do the deed yourself, the Baron has offered a sizable bounty on her heartstone.
Not that we need the incentive. But maybe for the emotional damages. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
I assume your answer is going to be you can't say. How is Lord Meriden? His behavior there in the chaos was quite erratic. Which, knowing the details and who Grackle is to him, I suppose makes sense, but is he alright?
The last I saw him, it seemed he was fine. I did confront him about the nature of his departure so quickly from the scene, but he did not provide me with an answer, only that it was none of my concern.
That sounds like him.
I should ask.
Just
Oh. I should ask, in relation to our own task that the Baron has set for us, do you have any leads on who might have any resources or help that Grackle may have had, specifically in the connection of Sparkcraft?
Quite
There-
honestly. Oh, go ahead.
There have been talks through the network of a young upstart. Might have teamed up with him.
Do you have a name?
Alias at best. Clockwork.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Interesting. That wouldn't really fit the description of who we're looking for. It should be an old man.
Well, I suppose if they're capable enough at Sparkcraft, maybe not.
Perhaps. Strange things in the city, after all.
After what we've seen recently, everything's a possibility. People wearing each other's faces and building machines that look like themselves.
If I do hear anything through our network, you'll be the first to know, my Lara.
It's like a horror novel out here. All the more reason for us to come and see you. This is a time when allies, I think, should be kept especially close.
Should we come up with some sort of code just in case someone wears one of our faces? Or should we discuss that somewhere else?
We're going to have to do the tell me something only you would know bit.
Oh, please.
I like that game. I think
I
it's fun.
don't. Then I have to reveal all my dirty little secrets to you.
Like I don't know.
Feel perhaps a unrelated code word might be more appropriate.
Every adventure needs a safe word.
I say that quite often in my line of work. Apologies. Sometimes we deal with things through humor.
Whatever means you have to counter this threat, I leave to you. I do not plan on letting any but my most trusted close to me without a sword between us.
Oh,
Be careful even then.
Malera. Unfortunately, I can tell you with personal experience. Apparently, even your most closely trusted sometimes does not matter.
Duskwall is going to eat us all in the end, I suppose.
Hopefully my judge of character serves me better than it did you. Is that all?
Looks over to Salome.
Look at the rest of y'all.
I think we merely wanted to establish that our relationship with you is intact. As much as it can
Believe-
be.
I believe we can continue working together, but I cannot promise that the Baron will. He seems rather aggravated by the turn of events and does not seem keen on utilizing your company's skills for any future endeavors. But with the nature of our business being separate, should I need anything in the future, my confidence in your abilities has not been irreparably damaged.
We did all live.
And there is that.
Given the circumstances, I don't think we could ask for much more. So,
Stay safe. You do have an assassin lurking in the shadows that I would assume perhaps wants revenge against you.
Oh. Yes. Speaking of, Fume will take his cane and point off to, like, some row houses that are, like, adjacent to the courtyard. When I was a young whelp here in Crowsfoot, I used to peek in on this estate using those row houses over there. You might want to post some guards.
She looks after the houses and nods and looks back to you. She says, "You speak strangely for someone that appears to be half my age."
He speaks strangely for someone of any age. Don't worry, you get used to it.
It's an extremely eclectic vocabulary I picked up reading books.
You can
Right.
read.
Damn it, now you know my secret.
That's what I'll ask you if I need to know it's you wearing your own face.
Can you read, yes or no?
Think carefully.
No, I mean yes.
Just
Which
bullet through the forehead.
which one's the real Fume? Shoot me! No, shoot me!
Is there anything else you want to ask my Lara
Damn it.
before?
Are you lying or is this a kink thing again?
oh shit. I felt like I had all these things to ask, but
I think we got most of what we wanted to know. They're still
Are there
working
any-
with the Baron. She's talked to him about what happened, and he hasn't apparently denied that was him running from the scene in his carriage.
Yeah.
She just told her.
Honestly,
not our
power play to
business.
him.
Yeah, he just, he probably didn't even listen to the question. He was probably just like, stop fucking asking me questions. It's none of your business.
I don't know if I want to push the point of her continuing to work for someone who fled the scene and threw her people into danger.
There might be more behind it to just her.
Oh my god, okay. Has she lied to me in this interaction?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah?
Hold on. Let's go through the entire
Yeah.
interaction.
Sorry,
about-
I need to cut that in.
Visual
No.
novel, hit
She like-
pause, view log. roll.
Yeah.
Can you
Sorry.
imagine how
Can't-
frustrated we would be if we had realized and we
No.
didn't?
I don't think anything she said has been a lie.
Okay.
You don't think?
Well, again, I'm going through the entire interaction
You
in
did
my
say
head.
quite a lot of things. you're
Yeah,
right.
there's a lot.
Yeah. I don't think there's nothing in this interaction I think has been a
Outright direct lie.
yeah.
She could have skirted some things, but like as far as the lie detector knows, that's all she knows from the Baron.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
information
She's probably
that she
not
has.
saying everything, but what she's said is
What she has said.
is
has
it.
been.
If
Does-
somebody wants to do like a study to try to get a full read on the situation
I would
and kind of like
love to.
I would love for someone else to do that.
I would love to study my Lara Clove. Please.
Can
Would
I
we
help?
study or actually could I do a survey of just the situation?
yeah, that would be different. But yeah, you could get a survey. But if anybody wants to know, kind of get some like more of like an insight into what's going on. And
My
wants to do a
study's
study.
4, so I'm gonna do
Yeah,
Should
you
I
can do it.
help? I'm not good at either of those.
You might want to help me because I have a migraine, which would reduce this effect.
Correct.
There you go.
Bam.
Woo!
I'm gonna use that dice to bring it up to.
You're just behind Fume, like rubbing his temples.
Every so often, I pull out a little packet of some kind of drug and just hand him a little, like a
It
pill
is-
or something.
It is really crazy. I'm gonna assume like the migraines pop up, and not that you've had a continual migraine for like
Yeah,
like,
it,
Bro,
it,
have you ever
weeks.
had a migraine? If you're a person with chronic migraines, you
You know.
always almost have a migraine. And
Yep.
then when you do have one, you just kind of do for
Yeah.
quite a while.
it's like this little
Mhm.
twinge behind the eye for a
Yeah.
while, and then it's like,
Yeah.
My right eye goes absolutely nuts when I get a migraine.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
would
so let's
rather
do
the
rolls.
migraine than the twinge, honestly.
Rolls one at a time. We'll do Fume
shit.
with getting. Or you're assisting on this class.
Yeah. Could I, instead of taking the extra dice, raise the effect?
Oh, to
Yes.
greater effect.
Yeah. Well, so it would go because you'd
To
be at
standard,
limited, so that would
yeah.
go back to standard. So you can mitigate the injury that you have. So
Rules.
yeah, let's.
We're
So
doing
yeah,
them.
we'll do risky standard then.
Critical, baby!
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
Nice.
The
So
pill that I
crit-
gave him was just cocaine and caffeine. He sees
here's-
Hmm.
everything.
Glass, what
Here's
is this carbonated beverage you gave me? You call it Coke?
It's a working title.
Here's what you get
It
from
needs
reading my
sugar.
lair. I think similar to Salome, it like you don't get like there's still a good relationship between your group and my lair and the Sashes. But she is, as evidence like we talked about last time, your standing went down from a +3 to a +2. The kind of way that is being interpreted here in the fiction is she still trusts you to a point, but something really bad went down that was connected to your crew, and there's a little bit of suspicion there still. It's not necessarily that you are being duplicitous. No, I can't say that word.
Duplicitous.
Duplicitous.
Not that you're being duplicitous, but that that you got, and she doesn't want that to end up falling back on her.
Got it.
But what you're gathering from the way that she's talking about the Baron is that, and kind of in your understanding, your dealings with him at this point, is that he's not in a position where he wants to tell anyone everything. She knows enough to get this done, especially since now she's mentioned that she's looking for a Sparkcraft
Specialist?
technician
Yeah.
who might be in connection with Grackle. And you know the Baron, like the jig is up for your crew with the Baron at this point. Like he saw enough to know exactly what your relationship was with Grackle. Like he knows the full story. It seems that he has told her just enough to put her on the trail of your crew without outright telling her what's going on. Again, to, for whatever reason, play things close to the chest. So she's
He's
clearly
about to play a bullet close to the chest.
so it doesn't seem like he is being fully transparent with her on everything, which leads to an awkward situation where you know the Baron knows and y'all know, but she's in a situation of like unknowing right now, and both of you are trying to play her without telling her the full story. So it's a really dangerous situation here with the Red Sashes being a pretty big group here in Dustfall. One wrong move from either side could bite either of you in the end, but kind of comes down to who tells her what.
I'm also reading between the lines a little bit here, where the Sparkcraft guy that she's supposed to be working with, being an old man, kind of implies to me that the Baron thinks that she didn't kill Bertrand.
Kill Bertrand,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and there are a couple of ways that you might interpret that. Either he knows that who Fume is from his dealings with him now, or just suspects that based on the totality of the circumstances that you may have done something shady there and not have killed him.
Shady. We
There's a
would
lot
never-
of reasons. I mean, I don't think Fume's really done anything that would necessarily give up his secret identity at this point. Other than that, he is a skilled Sparkcraft
I
Smart
thought
crafter.
Fume had said he was related to Bertram Faust.
He did,
at one
yeah.
point. Did you tell the Baron that, or was that Oliver?
I think
I think that was.
I think that was Oliver.
it was
Oliver.
Oliver. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
which
said
may have also led into maybe he's still alive and he's the one that taught you or whatever. So like, could be a lot of.
I
things,
did
Oliver.
say to Oliver that my name was Frederick Faust, and I was there to collect my uncle's ashes, but I was denied that for some reason. So now
Yeah.
I'm just here in Duskfall to study Sparkcraft.
Yeah. So there's lots of half truths that are being thrown around right now, and
Welcome to Duskwall.
a lot of groups that are,
Where all
and
your
factions that are being
truths
caught in the
are.
middle of it. But that's what you get from her is again like this could prove dangerous if she gets on the right trail. But for right now, she doesn't know everything.
It's not my crit, but can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes.
Because you were talking about the Baron having told her like just enough, but is like obviously keeping a bunch of things from her, and she said that herself that he keeps telling her like, don't worry about it, it's not your business. How frustrated does she seem by that?
Yeah.
Is she like,
Oh.
this is the cost of business, or is she getting to a point where she's
he
like,
pays me money. He pays me money. He pays me
Yeah.
money.
he's gonna
There's-
like
I
you're
think
gonna
there's-
like is she showing like any kind of frustration with it at this point, or is
I
she
think
just kind of like
there's-
accepted like this is our relationship?
I think based on the crit,
Does
what
Fume
was
know
reading,
that?
Yeah, I think based on the crit, what you're reading, Fume, is there is a level of like professional frustration of like she's not in a position where she can ask the Baron for more. He's too powerful. He's too important. If she burns that bridge, that could spell bad things for her. So she can't push him for more information. But but I think you gather like she knows he knows more. She just can't ask for more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I could do a lot better job if you gave me the full picture. But right now you've given me the most I can do, as much as I can, and I can only do what I can with that.
So don't be surprised if I give you a half-ass product because I don't have all the information.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of nuance to their situation. So yeah, that's what you pick up. And then Salome, you wanted to do a survey roll.
Just of the situation in general. Like I think from Fume's read, we have an idea. Like yeah, like she's not like harboring some huge resentment to us right now. So yeah, I don't know how much else we could get from the situation at this point. Doing a survey.
Yeah, I mean, based on your read from Fume, it's not like there's a trap set. I mean, Fume's not reading that she's planning on like stabbing one of you at this moment. So you still are in good standing with her. Anything else?
I want to make a mission to feed her true information about the Baron, but shit, that's gonna piss her off.
I have an
Like that
idea, but we
he's
can't talk
sending
about
her-
it in front of her.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, we can skip forward then. If there's nothing else here, you bid your farewells to my Lara, and your.
Oh, I do want to show her one thing. My load, I can usually take an unusual weapon. So I just want to show her before we leave that she'll take the very ornate walking stick she's been using and pull it out and show that it's a sword cane.
Man, I should have brought a cane. You guys both have canes. I don't have a cane.
My cane's a blowgun.
She
Well,
nods at that. She
mine's a
says,
dildo.
Saints Row. Saints Row.
that is very handy to have on hand. Keep that close.
Perhaps when we are fully 100%, perhaps I could come by and you could give me some instruction. Full price, of course.
Well, it's not often that we teach those who have not passed our recruitment, the falling star style, but perhaps we could see if you have a knack for it.
Also, I'm a bit of a horticultural enthusiast, do you mind if I take a soil sample? You have grass in Duskfall.
Right. Please.
I want to see how much nitrate's in this motherfucker.
Yeah, you take
Like I
a
said.
sample.
Odd.
I'm picking up on that. So you're escorted out, and
I'm
you.
gonna do something shady
Okay.
Do it.
to set up for a later shady thing that I would like to do and also remind the group. Can I have whatever the equivalent for my job would be of like business cards?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like name, location,
Yeah,
stamp of
like a
approval from the
calling
Better
calling
Business Bureau.
card, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
little calling card. I gotta decide what that looks like.
Okay. For your job as a courtesan.
I like the idea
I
that
was
it's
waiting
like
to see
a-
what word you would say.
Like legitimately, like an old-timey Victorian calling card.
Yeah. Calling card is what I was
Okay.
looking for. My brain was like, no, it's a business card for sure. That's the word you're looking for. I want to, man, this is stupid. I'm gonna do it anyway. I want to have, written on the back of one of them. Trying to think of how to like make it short. I'm just gonna have it to be very cryptic. I'm just gonna have it say, I know something you're gonna want to hear. And as we leave, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna give it to. Is Zephyr hot?
Everyone's hot.
Okay.
Everyone's hot in
Canonically.
Duskfall.
As Zephyr, since they escorted us in, I assume they'll escort us out. So I just give them a little pat, stick it in their front pocket,
Okay.
like I'm flirting, give a little wink, and I'll leave with the rest of my crew. But it essentially says, I know something. Come see me sometime. I'm doing this as if, like, oh, no, this is between you and me, Salome. You don't know. So they can look at it later.
Fume
Okay.
has like a jeweler's lens in one eye, looking at a rock he's picked up from a garden, pocketing some dirt. Not even like with some sort of implement. He has just taken a handful of dirt and just put it in his pocket.
There,
Okay.
and now they will never suspect you of anything. Because you just are the man who wandered around their front lawn picking up dirt and putting it
Yeah.
in his pocket. They'd be like, I don't think it's him. I
No,
really don't.
he's
I don't think it's him.
that's just a weird little guy.
What, Dirt
It's
Boy?
just-
No, it can't be
Dirt-
Dirt
it
Boy.
can't be.
Dirt boy.
Dirt boy? What are you talking
You
about?
have disturbed the dirt from around the globe, spanning the centuries. What have you done? England must never merge with France.
Okay.
Wings, these pictures are so good.
These are so. May I see you home? That's so cute.
Or will I have to sit on the fence and watch you meander by?
And look, they're
That
little
is like a
cowboys.
Victorian pickup line. It's like,
Yeah.
that's the equivalent of I hate to watch you go, but I love to watch you leave.
May I see you
I
home
have-
literally has a check yes or no. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I've learned that they're basically just Valentine's Day cards.
They're
These are
so good.
adorable.
I like how may I see you home? The yes is like, oh, we're having such a good time. And no is, I think, an oven mitt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meaning
Why? A mitten?
Meaning
Like a
I'm too
glove?
hot to handle.
no,
This
or
is
no meaning,
it-
oh, you're gonna have to go back home to your regular boring life where you have to
Yeah.
help
Or
your
is
wife
it-
cook dinner.
I'm
And
gonna
talk
wear
to your
mittens
children.
because I don't need your help warming my hands.
Well,
It's an oven mitt. It's a mitten.
There it is. There it is.
Ah.
We got there.
oh,
All right.
a mitten because you're being cold to me. Anyway, we're having a good time, and
We're
no
having a
one
good time.
knows what the hell we are talking about.
You left your note and you leave the sword fighting academy.
I assume you want to probably have a conversation and get back to the jewelry box amongst the four of you.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
I'd say Grackle should probably meander by and kind of get back herself. We
Yeah.
don't want to be seen immediately after.
did we
I
take
was
our
guess I should
boat?
ask: Is there
Watching
anything
us.
Grackle would want to have done while she was sitting outside?
Mostly just keeping an eye out, keeping her head
Yeah.
down, not getting into any trouble. Did we take our boat?
No. We
They all
walked.
walked.
Oh, we walked. Never mind.
Don't reveal your hand. I just imagine some person with like a cigarette walks up. Can I refill your pot of spore bucks?
I do like the idea of y'all just like dragging your boat along the city street.
Just pulling it.
That'll buff right out, Miss Salome.
All right, you are back at the jewelry box. All of you returning. Grackle slinking back in too.
We cast exposition on Grackle to explain what just transpired.
Yes.
It's been a while since we said that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that.
I
This
love casting
game.
exposition.
Yeah. When's the last time we cast exposition? Right now. Thank you.
Gonna go with Dragon Age
Been
rules. You have to make a check.
0
If you
days.
fail, you all die.
No, I want you guys to explain to me in detail. No. All right. Sounds like he thinks I didn't kill you.
Yes, it does sound like that, doesn't it?
Which is interesting, given that he knows full well that he is the one that created that hole.
I can't be the only one that finds that hilarious, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's very funny.
The Baron's made a name for himself in Hullcraft.
So
d-
to make the most obvious of lies is almost absurd, really.
No, makes sense.
Which, honestly, if I may
I mean,
be so
no.
bold. no, not honestly. Seems like the easiest way to put a wedge between the Baron and the Red Sashes. He's sending them on a goose chase when he knows full well what's going on.
Yes, but why? It'd be so much easier to tell them that who I am and send them after me.
Exactly.
For whatever reason, he's decided not to. It's not like we're making up anything about him. He plays the cards very close to the vest, and maybe that will come back to bite him.
Why don't we tell them that he made the hull of me? I mean,
Not
think
false.
about that. Think about that situation. What that looks like is he staged a fight with his own daughter.
He looks like a man obsessed.
We are going to need to find proof to present to Mylera.
Well, while
Which
you
we
work
could.
on that, I do have an opportunity available to present this evidence.
Oh?
I may have left Zephyr a note telling them I knew something.
What do you know?
Oh.
Well, nothing yet. But I'm sure I'll know something by the time they show.
Well played.
Going directly through Mylera seemed a bit heavy-handed, but Zephyr, strong, quiet type, desperately wants to serve Mylera well, clearly believes in her cause. I think they'll take me up on the offer. So the question is, what do I
What do
tell
you
them?
know?
And if I'm being honest, I'm hoping maybe to plant something there that will persuade the Baron to reschedule his meeting with me. But yeah, that's a secondary cause. Anyway, yes, I'm a genius. Everyone smile at me. Now, what am I going to tell them?
I mean, I think it is, as we've been saying, the perfect opportunity to feed them the truth about what the Baron is getting up to.
So a man obsessed builds a hull of the daughter he lost, and for some reason that hull turns on him in his own factory.
Then he runs away and orders her crew to go back inside of a burning building where they lose several of their number.
Why?
Why indeed?
I don't know that I can just paint him as insane, though I can plant the seed. He's losing himself in the search for the other things he's lost.
I
You're looking
think
for proof?
It would help the situation.
pretty much
Grackle,
yes.
Grackle pulls out the Baron's journal.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, the journal that we read earlier.
You think we should give it to them?
Maybe not without editing it a little bit.
I
That's it.
have an idea.
This is blue sky period, please, by all means.
We've already planted it inside of their head that Grackle is currently working with someone named Clockwork. Why doesn't Clockwork make an appearance at the academy where he drops off said notebook? Make it seem like there are a lot more factions going after the Baron than there actually are.
It'd be a solo mission. We couldn't be involved.
Well, I could pick up a sidekick. Looks over to Grackle. I've already fitted you for a suit.
If we wanted
You
to...
would? Where'd you get my measurements?
Darling, your stride, your foot width, it's very obvious. Well, to someone as experienced as me. 1 second, he'll dash off to the side and then come back pulling a mannequin with, like, this full, like, leather duster getup, but it's, like, also a crow's mask on top. Meet your alias in Bullet.
Bullet?
Yes.
Sounds like a dog's name.
Well, you are a hound, and Jackal isn't really that much better.
I like Jackal.
I love Jackal.
It's one of those
Grackle's
where it's
like-
too close to be a coincidence. Like, it must be a coincidence.
Nobody's gonna think I'm that dumb. Evidently, I'm a master in Sparkcraft.
I could coach you through it.
I think we've dissuaded them of that notion. Although I worry that having Clockwork showing up may just lead to you being killed on sight. We could simplify the process. If we're going to edit the journal, why not just make a copy and add whatever bits and pieces we want into there? Some drawings of some Clockwork pieces, perhaps.
I did pick up a forgery kit the other day.
Did you?
I
Goody.
did.
Excellent. Mine's running low.
Oh, I do have some extras if you want to grab some stationery and
I need some
whatnot.
ink.
Okay.
So maybe we present them with the Baron's journal. Close enough to the real thing, but with, you know, some edits made here and there. Perhaps a mention of Clockwork and maybe his obsession with his lost daughter is a bit more,
Oh, I could
Intense.
write a novella. This would be hilarious.
but we can't. Okay. I mean,
No,
it can't
I-
be like full fan fiction. Like we have.
No,
it has to sound
no,
real.
like I could add things like Clockwork might be his bastard son. That would add some spice to the situation.
I mean, no offense, but you and Jack look almost nothing
Nothing
alike. I'm nothing alike. Not almost nothing alike.
I haven't hit my growth spurt yet.
Oh.
Full disclosure, Bastard Child was on the menu for possible Grackle backstories.
Nice.
Of course it was.
In fact, there's a whole slew of bastard children going after the Baron.
Oh, we just. Oh. It's so sweet. I mean, it's so simple.
Baron's bastards would be a really
We're Baron's bastards.
Like
That's-
Hell's Angels.
Really good, actually.
That's a
I
good
love
idea
that.
for a future Dust Hall campaign. Is all the bastard children of a prominent nobleman like
Yes.
going on a
Oh.
vengeance
Together.
mission?
Oh,
I
get their
fucking
money.
love that.
instead, I'm sorry, Val. Instead of Blades in the Dark, would you run that in Mistborn?
Oh, jeez,
Oh god.
That'd be so good.
that would be good.
Very fun.
Do we think?
Oops, all Mistborns.
I could do a Dustfall hack for Mistborn, like a Mistborn style Dustfall hack would be super easy to do. It's like,
But
the
it
same
is oops all
setting.
Mistborns. Like since we're all the Mistborn. We're all
Yeah,
Mistborn.
everyone's a
We're all
Mistborn.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was just very,
Very,
Virile.
virile.
Are
That's what I was
strong.
looking for.
Them jeans is strong.
My jeans are strong, and I don't mean the Levi's I'm wearing. Now we got to do Cowboys. Now we got to do Cowboy Mistborn. Now.
Oh, Cowboy Mistborn.
Wax and Wayne.
That's I love that anime.
Yeah, me too. Cowboy
Wait,
Mistborn.
Cowboy
I,
Mistborn? Or the,
I wish it got more.
Oh, with like the
seasons.
jazz number in the beginning.
Where the yeah, he smokes
see you
a
later,
cigarette.
Mistborn cowboy.
You guys,
We were getting way too off.
Oh, sorry.
Cowboy Bebop.
Is this what happens earlier in the day for us?
Apparently,
we have
We
more
just
energy.
get- we
I
just-
don't know.
Yeah.
Grackle is circling this fucking suit, and she's like, measuring with her arms, like,
Try it on.
got the shoulders right. No one ever gets the shoulders right.
Try it
It-
on.
Was extremely easy given I know how far you can punch.
We'll revisit the journal in a moment. Please try it on.
Sort of like glares a little bit and just grabs it off the mannequin, leaves to change.
She's angry because she
Montage!
likes it and she doesn't want to like it.
It's in like the dark leathers from Underworld, Kate Blanchett,
Oh my. Kate Blanchett, but with like a crow mask.
with a crow mask and like a
Hot.
hood piece that goes up.
Fucking hot.
Oh no, wait,
No
that's
ki-
the crow.
oh
no
wait,
kidding,
yeah,
this
shit,
was-
that's the crow.
This was
I'm gonna
also
say
in
this one sentence and then I'm
character
gonna leave.
creation concepts. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say this one thing and then I'm gonna leave the tangent where it lies so we can talk about it later. Did you guys know they are remaking The Crow?
Yes.
I saw the trailer for
but
it.
it can't be a crow mask because she's bullet, so it's just a
She's
big bullet as a
really-
bullet.
It's
mask.
oh. It's
It's
This is Chainsaw
it's
Man.
the big bullet Billies from
Mario. I was
From fucking
thinking
Mario.
instead of a crow mask, it's like a what's it like a mannequin mask where it's just
No!
blank face.
Yeah.
creepy.
Sorry, Bill,
Love it.
Bill Skarsgård's playing.
Anyway,
character
is there
in
anything
the
else
new
we're trying
Crow.
to accomplish in the scene right
It's Bill's. Me talking about Bill Skarsgård playing the
No,
Crow,
we're moving on from the crow.
Holy shit.
playing Eric Draven.
Oh my god.
Anyway, everybody watch the trailer for The Crow. It's gonna be sick as hell.
Sick as fuck.
A weird obsession with Bill Skarsgård.
I think we'll just play off of this. Like, yeah, we're gonna give them a copy of the journal, keep most of the pertinent information, add a little bit that's maybe not there to really play
Yeah.
up this obsessive.
Maybe shave out some of the stuff that's like not so important.
Mhm.
Out of character, if we have Clockwork deliver this, then it is a move towards getting my Lyra on Grackle's side, which I think is going to be harder than getting her fully on you guys' side, divorced
Yeah.
from Grackle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah.
So, like, only do that if you are committed to getting her in with Grackle. Right now, I feel like that might be too much of a jump.
Right.
I mean, I
right.
think I might just give it. I mean, I think that might be the thing, and I'll give it to.
you could just give it to
Zephyr.
Zephyr. Yeah.
Yeah, you
think
found
that
it
might be the
amongst.
thing, yeah.
You were searching Grackle's quarters and you found it
Yeah.
like
Was cleaning out her room and
Yeah.
found it in under the floorboards or something.
found
There you
it,
go.
and it would be too much to keep that secret. I'll think of some nice way to say it.
To you, Val, can we start a project clock labeled Forged Diary?
Ooh, interesting. If you want to spend a coin. Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah.
Make it a
Yeah,
project.
yeah.
Do it.
So we can both
Okay,
work
spend
on
a
that one.
coin. And then trying to decide where this be. So this is a forgery. So it's more about the content of the diary and its believability. Like it's almost more than a. I don't think this would be a tinker. I think it's more of like a sway.
baby.
Could I argue for a study so that I can replicate the nuances, syntax, and handwriting of the Baron?
Here's what I'll do.
Can we both participate? Because you're good at one and I'm good at the other.
True.
I have 4.
Actually, my
in
sway is 3. I could roll this.
I got a 4 in sway, baby.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Could we group check it?
I don't know if you can group check a project. That's a good question.
Well, that seems silly, considering how many group projects I had to do to get a fucking degree.
It's true. Very true.
Good point.
How many of those did you have to do by yourself? Because this might happen again.
All of them.
85%.
All
yeah.
of them.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
So I should look for teamwork actions.
While Val is looking at that, hey, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare looks really good.
It does look really good.
It
very
has
excited about it.
Henry Cavill, Alan Rickson.
It looks
Just
very
beefy
fun.
men.
Yeah,
it's
just
full
big-
of beefy men.
This is a movie
Just
about
big beefy
beefy men
men.
who think they're gentlemen. They're not. They're very ungentlemanly.
They're saboteurs. As James A. Janice would once say.
Saboteur.
Well, saboteur.
That's some fun.
Business.
There's some fun movies coming out. I know this because I saw a bunch of trailers. As a couple weeks ago. Saw
I'm looking
Alien
at it.
in the theaters.
I guess you could do. Yeah, you could do it because I guess the trade-off there is, one person may accrue more stress from it. So yeah, I don't see why not.
Sweet.
So yeah, we can go ahead and start that. So we'll start a project clock. So you're looking as this project. We're gonna do this 2 ways. I can do one big clock. No, we're gonna do 2 clocks for it. I'm gonna do 2 shorter clocks. One will be study, and one will be sway, because those are
Okay.
kind of like 2 parts of this. So let's do. Let me add a clock. So we're gonna go study, diary.
No, I think he'd use efficacy here instead of effectiveness.
We're gonna make that. I'm just gonna call that split the difference. Call it a 5-tick clock. And then.
Whoa, an odd number.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a.
Yo.
Something about it I
craft.
don't like.
Yeah,
It's because it looks like a starfish.
It looks like a little stickman.
Tell me I'm wrong about
Or a
this,
sand
but
dollar.
a Criminal Minds game set in Duskwall would be real fun.
Yeah. Hey, did you guys know there's a Criminal Minds board game?
Yes!
Oh.
I watched
Uh,
them play on Smosh.
They
It
played
was
it on
so
Smosh,
good.
and it is the funniest shit. Everybody go watch that
So,
video.
action roll. So we're gonna do a team action for the study.
I thought it was a team action for the sway.
Either one. I just want to know, which one are we doing? What are we doing right now? So this is the study action. Who's gonna make
I'd
it?
be doing the study.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do a study for your.
Are we doing this? We're doing this as a team roll, though.
That depends. You can if you wants to lead a group action. To do
I have
so.
1 in study. I could try.
It's up to y'all.
I have 2.
There is a potential that I grab another trauma off this roll.
Yeah, that's I'm looking to stress right now for
I
Marcel.
can lead it
Grackle's got dyslexia.
because I've only got 3 stress, so I can lead, and then you guys can all roll, and
Okay.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
What's our chances for a critical?
Okay.
All right,
Go
we can just do
ahead
it in the thing.
and.
Oh yeah.
Group action.
All right, if we roll bad, that means it's your fault, though.
Okay, it's free queued up as Fume right now. Do you want to change that
Oh, yeah.
to the lead player needs to be
Me.
Glass, and then
Why is mine
Grackle
so 2
is.
dice? I only have one.
Because we haven't selected an action yet.
Oh,
yeah.
got it.
Well, yeah. So select the action.
For
With
study. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, and
I am actively making this worse.
Are you gonna step
You
out? Are
can
not
remove
gonna-
yourself.
You can remove yourself. You don't want to be a part of it.
I will remove myself.
Okay,
I have piss poor reading comprehension.
got it.
You piss on the poor?
For free?
Let's let's go and roll.
Are you ready, fellas?
Do it.
I'm a fellas. Dun, dun, dun.
Wow.
Triple
That's
fives.
3 5s.
Well, luckily no stress accumulated. With a 5, that's going to be 2 segments. So I will go ahead and add 2 segments there.
Okay.
Helpful.
Alrighty. I can't believe y'all all got 5s.
Can't you?
It's because I abstained.
We flavored this as book club, where we all just sit around drinking wine and rag on the Baron's writing style.
Reading the well, first of all, you're reading the Baron's journal for one thing, but it is also like the equivalent of looking at Grackle's fucking baby pictures because it's
Yeah.
from her childhood.
So
Oh,
that's
3
the
of us are having a great
actual
time.
reason that she abstained. It wasn't
Yeah.
that she's like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to make this fruitful. She's like,
She's just
"Christ,
embarrassed."
This is embarrassing.
I refuse to clarify.
So y'all are working on this to create this forgery. This sounds like we're kind of gearing up. This is set up for a score that y'all are going to be doing when this is completed to try to get the red sashes onto your side and against the Baron. Okay.
And it all starts with Zephyr.
All right. Now, my other question is, what the fuck are y'all doing for your next score? Are we doing the thing
Party.
for, are we doing the
The
party?
party?
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make
Party.
sure before we moved on. 'cause
I
if
gotta
we-
murder a guy.
I remember there was gonna be a party. I forgot what it was for. It's killing someone?
It's
Is that
me
what it is?
murdering a guy, yeah.
Oh, do you need help?
Do you want to help?
I'm a killer. I kill.
I would love your help.
All right.
Okay.
Well, then what we're going to do is...
As soon as
we're gonna
Grackle
go
finds out
ahead-
why we're going to the party, it's like, oh, hell yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Grackle's like, I'm sitting this one out. Wait a second. You killing someone? Okay.
Right? I mean,
All right, I'll be there.
We're going to take our break here, and then we're going to come back and start our score planning, do our engagement, and all that kind of stuff. So, alrighty. Well, with all of that, thank you everyone out there for watching. We're going to go take a quick break. Recommend you do the same. Drink some water, eat a snack, whatever you need to do. And we'll be back here very soon. Until then, stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us. We took a very long break. We got off on a lot of tangents. As you could tell from before the break, we were getting off on tangents. That didn't stop. So we are going to jump right back in. So we've had a lot of stuff come up. But are we still going to a party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
God, I hope so.
Glass has a mission to from your demon mommy
Mommy.
Mama.
to kill a man named Roland Watt, who you did a little information gathering last time. No, he does some.
Yes, we all remember when I rolled 5 dice and the highest was a 2.
Yeah, you did some information gathering, learned that he has an estate, a mansion in Brightstone, and hosts some extravagant parties there. Planning on trying to use those that as infiltration. So, is there any information gathering anyone wants to do for this job? Any additional information gathering?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay.
Would
Not
love
quite
to.
information gathering, but I'd like to trick our ride out.
Hey!
Depending if we want to make an entrance or not.
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
I could be
so...
a dick and make his mansion like landlocked, and have him really
Oh,
trick her right
come
out.
on!
But the flashing lights and "We Would Like to Party" by the Venga Boys playing full
Yeah.
blast.
We like to party.
You just fully launch your boat into the middle of Brightstone.
Yeah.
And then we incidentally kill the guy as well.
Guys, when you take a float through a city, or when you take a boat through a city, it becomes a float.
There you go.
No, boats already float in the water.
Okay.
I want to throw my dice at the
I don't know.
That's what I call the
So-
money shot.
Yes, you can trick it out. If there's anything like mechanically you're aiming for, we do like an acquire asset. But if you're just wanting to make it look fancy,
I just want to
don't
make it
need
look
do
fancy. yeah.
Okay, we don't have to do any rolls or anything for that. What is Salome doing to gather information?
Definitely just asking around about this gentleman and these parties and sort of what goes down. Like, is business on the table? Is this like a clandestine bullshit thing for the church? Like,
Should we wear
what are
tearaway pants?
Should we wear tearaway pants? Should we wear no pants? Should we go full Lady Gaga? I want to know.
Sure. Okay. So, what are you angling to roll?
Definitely consort.
Okay.
Like, just asking everybody around, like, if these parties are as big as it seems, then somebody's had to have gone to a couple of them, so.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll. We'll just do risky standard.
Math rocks! Or you, oh no, you're a 5, that's okay. But there is a 6 in here. 2 5s, a 6, and a 1, so I'll take that 6.
Okay. Let me see. So you ask around. There are some people, maybe some of the courtesans, like at the jewelry box.
Yeah, I grilled Jade because she's still on our shit list.
You ask around some people that maybe have had clients that went there. Maybe they went as a date to one of these parties. So Roland Watt, very, like I said, kind of a Gatsby style figure, really like is basically known for throwing these hedonistic, extravagant events. The parties themselves vary. So he typically does one of these like every few weeks. And it kind of varies like exactly what is happening at them. There are stories, like our rumors that you hear of, from like your classic like masquerade ball to like bringing in like fire jugglers from like Eruvia, like to doing like all sorts of things. There's always some sort of like fixture to his events, some sort of, or to his parties, some sort of like big event that happens as a part of them that everybody's excited. It's always a mystery leading up to that. So that's kind of what you are known for. But with a 6, you know that this is, nobility, the like ethics of a lot of what they do like comes up, and some of the events and stuff like are never spoken of. Like people are kind of like sworn to secrecy afterwards, and they don't really talk about like what happened. It's just like kind of a you had to be there sort of thing.
We're not walking into a most dangerous game situation or some shit, right? Like,
it's hard to tell.
Ooh, buddy, okay.
Yeah, again, it is. These are not like lords and ladies. These are people that this is the Dustfall 1%. So these are people that have money to burn, but don't have the prestige and the clout of like nobility. But yes, they're usually like invitation only events, and you usually is only inviting people that are like the elite of the elite to attend.
Is this something for... I mean, we could either just like forge invitations, or is this something we could maybe press like Captain Theo for? Like, hey, you got an in? Would be
That's
a really good idea for us to like propagate the business.
funny that you bring that up, because I was thinking, maybe like, what do we gotta do to get Captain Theo to back up our story on Grackle?
Ooh.
To legitimize this this alternate identity. Because currently Captain Theo believes that Grackle is under cover at the jewelry box on behalf of the Baron.
Yeah.
what we have learned from my Lyra is that the Baron isn't very communicative with his underlings.
Mhm.
So
maybe we need to have a conversation with Theo and see what he knows
maybe.
without Jack being there.
Definitely something to look into. But it really depends on how you want to approach this job. That might be something y'all want to do after this mission. If you're wanting to have utilize your contacts with Theo to get you in the door, you are certainly welcome to. That would give you he could probably get you an invitation for it. He's at least important enough to be able to maybe swing one for you. But that also kind of depends on what y'all's approach is going to be for this job.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a bit and decide kind of before we get too in the weeds with what y'all are doing leading up to it and contacts you want to use. You have your usual 6 options for how you want to approach this mission. If you're wanting to get invitations and stuff, that's probably more of you're taking a more front-facing social approach to this. If you're trying to sneak in or do something else to get into the party, then maybe another option is available. So your 6 options, just to remind the folks at home, are assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, and transport.
Well, this wouldn't be a transport mission. Unless we want to bring dude to a secondary location.
Never go to a secondary location. I mean, yeah.
Assault would be too overt.
Yeah.
We want to do this quietly.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This guy this is a church man, right?
He is affiliated with, yes.
The
He's
Flesh
like
Church?
he's like a benefactor. Yeah, the church, the
Got
only
it.
the only church in town.
What if we do social, and I'll disguise myself, and Salome, instead of bringing an item as a gift for our host, brings me as a gift for our hosts, and then I kill him, and Grackle's helping. I don't know how yet,
and also Grackle is
but she
here.
offered.
What if we
What
bake
if I
a
offer
giant?
too?
What if we bake a giant cake and put glass in it?
No, wait.
Not the
I'm the one
material.
that's dressed sexy and rolls the cake into the room, and Grackle jumps out of the cake and shoots it. Right?
Guys, this is exactly the same job with extra steps. The same job that we just did.
You just did this.
Just did this job.
I don't remember.
And we did it really well.
I had a little concussion.
It's just that the cake was fucking
Melvir.
Melvir, yeah.
No.
Chad says,
You're
"Happy
right.
Death Day, Mr. President."
Well, I'm saying. What if I'm the gift?
What if you're the
I
gift?
think that's a fantastic. Would we, in our success on sort of some of that info gathering,
How horny.
how horny he be?
I mean, given the nature of your parties, you imagine pretty horny.
Excellent.
I like this idea. And
Thanks. I
I
made it
think
myself.
I think it's funnier if Grackle doesn't get to participate in the actual killing. She's excited for it, but then, no, actually, you need to be establishing your identity as this sailor person.
Jackal.
You can help facilitate the killing. I like Jackal Grack a lot.
That could actually be a great way to do it, because if Theo could get multiple invitations, and then you don't actually come with us, you come later.
I'm sorry. My brain just exploded because you said Theo, and you were talking about Theo Panzia, but RJ's here. And so I went 4 seasons back in the Elegant series.
Theophilus Wilmot.
You into Elegant series.
In my defense,
Jesus.
he's right there on my wall.
Yeah, yeah.
with Rose and their little art that RJ got from me.
Love it.
But
Hello,
I was
everyone.
like, what the
My name
hell?
is Theophilus
Theophilus,
and I will be guiding you today on this grounds. Look at my flowers.
I've got too big brain. The galaxy brain escaped. It's running rampant. Anyway, sorry.
Sorry.
I just like looked at
So-
RJ. I was like, yeah, I bet Theo has something to contribute.
So, method of infiltration is getting a. So you're thinking, you're thinking social, and your social
Yes.
connection is Captain Panzea.
Yeah.
I think so.
Got it.
Gets an invite
Okay.
for Salome.
Yes.
And-
And, you know,
and crew.
contingent. Yeah.
Her entourage.
And
And-
I'm the business card in this situation.
So what is your cover again? Just so I'm understanding, like, you're a member of the church, or you are a.
New money,
one of-
baby.
Oh,
A local business owner just opened we just opened a franchise. Come on.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm
I don't know.
understanding your cover, because you said you're the presence. I wanted to make sure, like, are you coming in as a courtesan, or
Yes.
as a?
Salome gets the invite, right? Brings
Got it.
her crew, who is Fume and Grackle. And, you know, you bring like a nice bottle of wine or something to a party, but instead of that, it's me.
Okay.
And then I get alone with this man and kill him.
Okay. Cool.
You're
I wanted to
gonna
make
have
sure.
to kill him in a very specific way, mind you, because if you're associated with our crew, can't be involved.
I'll disguise my face.
when you leave.
Or the whole time.
No, I
we
mean,
don't-
I mean, if there's any question of he went into a room with this individual and then
The
they
autoerotic
left and he
asphyxiation.
stayed.
Okay, well, let's not get too deep into the planning.
Sorry.
yeah,
so,
we can't plan ahead.
because
Sorry,
y'all
sorry.
don't know what's gonna happen. But let's.
We'll
let's
figure it
say
out while
so.
we're there, I bet.
Okie dokie.
So
We've gotten away
so
with
far-
more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I just had the idea. You guys have to make it work now.
Yeah. Well, all we
Fair,
need to
fair.
know right now is that y'all are going in as a social with a social connection who's Captain Panzea, and you're planning on talking your way through this. So that's perfect. That's all we need to know right now. So let's look at item loadouts. Where is everybody at?
I think I gotta go light.
Gotta be light. We're all being social.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll go heavy as well.
Wait, what?
Don't forget, we
going
had 2
light.
extra slots, so light for us means 5.
Yes.
You can go in like full
That's-
SWAT, like Riot gear.
Out of all of them, that's still my favorite ability.
Yeah, it's
that
very
we
good.
took.
Does Fume want to go in with Grackle? Go in as 2 different groups.
That's also a good question.
That
Either
it would
that-
help
Yeah.
Either that or-
split the group a little.
Because
bit,
then
I
we
think.
could say that we met you at this party, which could
Mm-hmm.
work on legitimizing this new person.
Either that or I could bring in some NPCs.
I was gonna say Fume appearing as what's it? Freddy Faust.
Freddy Faustbear?
Freddy Faustbear, Frederick.
Faustbear.
Frederick
Trying
Faustbear?
really hard not to say that.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna show up as Charles
I
Entertainment
refuse to stop
Cheese.
myself at this point.
So you want to do as like 2 groups going in. Okay. All right. Well, let's do our engagement roll to see how well this goes.
Grackle
So-
is instantly made.
Van, you
Bye,
had
guys.
another-
I'll see you at
brain
I'll see you
blast.
Ironhook.
I did have a brain blast. But we're not planning ahead, so I'm gonna put it in my pocket as a fun idea if it works out.
Okay. Yeah.
In the spirit of the game.
Please do. All right, let's do fortune roll. We got 1 die for sheer luck. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
We're about to murder a man in a mansion.
And we're gonna go to a party and kill someone.
His
That's-
party, in fact.
All right.
Yeah.
Add a die for that. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Kind of just get him alone and off him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we won't take away a die for that. Does this plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
That
Detail
depends.
being using
How
Captain
attracted are they
Pansia.
to?
Yeah, that's how hot did they find glass? I mean,
Are we gonna kill him while he's on the
Even a
John?
question.
Like,
How horny
kill him with
is
his
he?
pants down.
Your detail is using Captain Pansia to get in. So does that specifically expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
I mean, Captain Pansia does work for the Baron, right?
Yeah.
So we're using one of his own guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're using the fact that I think if I'm framing it like
I just
the fact
imagine
that,
everyone at this party probably works for the Baron, but I have no idea. Does
yeah,
anyone
as
not
far as
work
you
for
know,
the
this
Baron?
has no connection to the Baron.
As far as I know.
Behind the scenes, we specifically planned this job so that y'all did something un-Baron related for a little while. But I think it does expose a vulnerability, given that you're using an actual like noble figure, somebody important and stuff. And these parties are kind of a show for all of that. So I'll give you the die for that. But I am going to take it away. Is this target strongest against this approach? Or do they have any particular defenses or special preparations? I am going to remove a die for that. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? One die. You do have Captain Pansia helping you. Are any enemies or rivals interfering with this operation? No. Not right now.
Not that we know.
Any other elements you want to consider? I don't really think we're not really taking this guy isn't like a tiered enemy. We're not going to really take that into consideration here. Maybe the situation distance makes the operation more or less tricky. Oh, actually, I kind of feel like I need to take away a die given everything going on with Grackle.
I mean, she is really hot right now.
Yeah. And y'all are
She's
also
been really
like,
Oh my
hot the
god,
whole time.
Grackle
but-
so hot right now.
But now she got her titties out, is the thing.
Yeah.
giving your
Nobody's gonna
crew
be able
like
to look her in the face.
giving your crew like being under investigation.
Excuse you. Don't look at my face. My tits are down here.
Exactly.
All right, so that leaves y'all with 2 dice. But we get an additional one, right, from Salome?
Yee.
Okay. All right, so 3 dice it is.
I bet it's gonna be a 5.
Let's see how it go. It's a 5. That's all we've gotten.
Yay.
Well, I say that. We got a crit success earlier.
I don't count those in the math that I do trying to decide what the next dice roll is gonna be.
Okay.
Counting
So-
cards.
I just want. I was correct.
Let me get some different music going.
I'll be right back. I gotta go buy a lottery ticket. I live in a state where you can buy those.
Hey.
Now, chat,
where's-
you have to guess where I live. Please don't dox me. Ah, my favorite
All
party
right.
music.
The crew of the Obedient Servants aboard your newly christened boat sails the waters of the Dustfall Bay towards
Did we name the boat?
Brightstone. That is a good question. Y'all did not name the boat yet. Bodie
It can't be christened if we didn't name it.
Boatface.
Boat face.
That gives it its Christian name.
We can hold off on the naming if y'all want to think about that for a bit.
Oh yeah. This is very important.
We'll come
Yeah.
up with something over the course of the job, probably.
the
Okay.
booty hunter.
We'll come up with something.
Like treasure, right?
It's got to
treasure.
be in the. That's kind of in the jewelry box theme. We've got what
Mhm.
the jewelry box and the coffers.
Yeah.
The Pelican carries stuff.
Anna Paquin. Don't laugh at that. It's nothing. I just said Anna Paquin's name
No,
wrong.
I know, but it got me. I don't know what to tell you.
Don't laugh at
Ben,
that.
I love you. You know that,
Don't
right?
laugh.
Thanks. I love you too, buddy. Someone should. I meant that about me. I realized it sounded like I was saying it about you.
Okay.
No, that's fair.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Tonguing day.
I'm sorry.
Now, follow me.
Wait, can you say that again? Because the captions think you said tonguing day.
I heard.
Precisely what I said.
And I'm concerned that those are the words that you said.
Tonguing day. Okay. All right. Please
Okay?
explain.
Yeah. Speak
Because-
on that. Speak on that.
Yes, please. Elaborate.
Soon may the Wellerman come.
Oh no.
There's a line that says, when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. It's referring to the tonguing of the whale, which means cutting the tongue out of the whale. It's the last thing they do when they're butchering the carcass. It means that they're gonna get paid.
Tonguing day. I don't not like it.
At that
I
point, why
don't
don't
know
we
like
call it
it.
the SS, like, payday?
Mull it over.
No,
Let's
because if we
mull it
do the
over.
SS payday, then we gotta like make sure nobody that gets on is a peanut allergy, and that's gonna be like,
That's a
You know
whole
they
thing.
killed the peanut guy, right?
yeah, didn't they bring him
Yeah.
back?
That's a
Well,
baby.
he's a baby now.
Oh, he's baby
but
Mr.
Whatever.
Peanut now. That's right. Oh, that's right, because he was in the beer commercial being like, "I'm old enough to drink." It's been really weird.
They put him in a blender.
So,
I thought my joke was pretty funny, but
as y'all think about the name on your
actually,
ride over.
it's really growing on me, Wings. I gotta say.
Yeah.
The fact that it sounds dirty.
Is perfect because we
Okay.
run brothels.
Well, and then it's one of those. It's one of those things where, like, cause like, oh, like rich clientele will want to go on, like, you know, the pleasure cruise, right? We could use our boat for this.
All I could think of though when you say tonguing day is a training day like porn parody.
Yeah. No, that's gotta exist, right? That's got isn't Training
Rule
Day
34.
Denzel?
That's yeah.
It's
100%,
Denzel and Ethan
yeah.
Hawke.
Denzel and
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke. That's
That exists.
That's horny by itself.
That
Come on.
exists.
You seen those men? We're just
We
talking
could
about all
name-
the actors I have weird obsessions with. The other one.
We
being
can name
Ethan
the
Hawke.
boat Ethan Hawke because we all kind of want to get a ride.
I like it because then we could start using it as a party boat, and then like all of the rich assholes could be like, "Oh, did you actually know the history of this prize?" and think they're very, very cool and good.
Do you know why they call it tonguing day?
It's all Nigel
Jeremy, I'm
Thornberry
too
at this
much.
party.
It's got an apple Thornberry.
Horny Nigel.
Jeremy, I'm too much.
Let's just say a money shot is involved.
Oh dear. My daughter Deborah won't speak to me. Get it?
My
'Cause in
son.
Wild Thornberry's name is Debbie.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Debbie.
Debbie Thornberry, yeah.
I
The
feel like I
team?
have to end the session now.
Well,
I've
yeah,
lost-
it's not. You're not gonna tell a funnier joke than I did.
Yeah, no, that's definitely why.
Maybe we should play at night when I'm sleepy.
Yeah. I'm starting to realize the risk of doing this game earlier in the day.
I have so much energy. I got to go hang out with my friend's dog.
No. Anyway, let's focus back in. All aboard the tonguing day.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's it. That's it. It feels right.
Yes. Well done, Wings. Well done.
Well done. Once again, she's a genius.
She's a fucking genius.
Uh,
I'm honored
As
to play
the-
with you.
You do have a look on your face now like you didn't think we would take you seriously.
You're like, what have I done?
as the boat crests around northern Brightstone towards Knight's Head, you can see one
what?
of the Knight's Head.
Okay.
What did you think I said?
No, that's what I thought you said. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's one of the districts in Brightstone.
Is that night with an N
No, it's Night with a K.
or a K? Okay.
Yeah. You can see along the shoreline these large mansions and manor houses, one of which standing out from the rest, bright lights that are flaring off of the estate.
electro spark the sparkcraft lanterns in a prismatic display over the balconies that are cascading lights across this lush garden that surrounds the back of the estate leading up to the docks, where you can see multiple other ships, other small like pleasure craft that are currently moored at the dock. There are dilettantes in richly adorned clothing that are currently being escorted off of their vessels and heading towards the mansion, where you can hear music carrying over the water in your direction. The sound of laughter, frivolity, in stark contrast to the rest of most of Dustfall. Your ship, which I would like Fume. You said you kitted it out a little bit. What sort of strange display have you created here?
Van?
I just wanted to say I had an idea. You go first. I'll add on.
How wild do we want this? Because Fume would have made it to specifications.
All I'm saying is a gangplank could look like a tongue.
It's a party boat.
The party boat.
Okay. Coming down the river, there is this mist that follows before the boat, and it is like a bunch of fog projectors that have been installed in the hull. When they get to a spot underneath the bridge, underneath a bridge, Fume pulls on a rope, and these cloths fall away into the water, and you see lights shooting upwards, spotlight style, and just this beat.
What kind of vibe are we going for, party boat wise? Is this like a jewelry box thing, where it's sort of like cabaret, like very like red plush? Or are we doing is this like a club?
Instead of a
Yes?
Both?
a mast and sail, it is like the big paddle in the back that is rotating in those bayou cruises. A water wheel.
Oh, like a riverboat water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I went on one of those once. It sucked.
As the cloths fall away and the lights come up, then these cannons shoot out streamers on either side into the water.
Yay, pollution!
Yeah, you see the eels immediately
The
grabbing.
hagfish just start eating it.
Or are the eels threatened? Are the streamers bigger than the eels? Do they think these are eel predators?
The streamers are biodegradable.
Okay.
Oh.
It literally doesn't matter. Do you know where we live?
You can be health conscious and live in a pollution hell.
Yeah, you'll just be sad.
Yeah, all the time.
Anyway,
As
don't
your
go on the one
flamboyant-
riverboat in Montgomery that goes on the Alabama River. It fucking sucks. It's mosquitoes. It's mosquitoes.
As your ship flamboyantly projects this music and streamers and lights, and you pull up to the dock.
Caramel Dancing from 3 Rooms Away is playing.
I would just
you
like
can
to
see
say that I
some
think
of
we're
the-
bolstering our cruise reputation right now.
Some of the the party goers turn with wide looks of surprise and excitement as you arrive. You see some of the there's some attendants to the mansion that move to pull in your dock and your boat and moor it to the docks. And to assist you in exiting. You see all attention, all eyes are on you as you arrive. And immediately is coming up to your boat here. You see the one of these attendants in a very fine suit with these white pinstripes on a dark charcoal suit with a couple of gold buttons through the lapel and along the vest, steps up towards you and says, "Good evening and welcome to the mansion of Roland Watt. Might I have your invitations, please?"
Of course. Invitations.
Takes those, looks them over and says, I thank you. Please head inside. Drinks and hors d'oeuvres will greet you in the foyer.
Wonderful. And where might we greet our darling host?
Oh, I'm sure he'll be around. In due time, he hasn't made his appearance yet.
Of course.
He moves off as another boat approaches and goes to greet them as well. The four of you all stride down the dock towards the estate through these gardens here. There are people gathered in small groups all around. Conversing amongst themselves, laughing. There's music playing. There's some entertainment. You see like jugglers and there are strange like animals on display. There's a whole bunch of horses just frolicking in a paddock off to in one corner of the yard. All of them have been painted different colors. Just like a full like spectrum rainbow colored horses running around in this paddock here. As you enter the party, though, it's a grand three-story mansion. There are white marble columns that have creeping ivy growing up the sides, wrapping around the columns. A large open foyer spilling out into almost a ballroom with that same white marble display with like flecks of gold within the marble itself. A quartet playing in the corner with a lively melody that many of the partygoers are currently dancing to. Attendants with trays of food, elegantly striding between the crowds, along with drinks and other accoutrements. There are there's the main floor here to the balcony seems to extend up into the second level. You can see there are currently dangling from the ceilings on large ribbons, dancers kind of entwined within the ribbons, like swinging from the rafters. It is like raucous to a point of like a lot of spectacle without much like nothing overtly like crass happening currently. As you enter, though, you hear a voice kind of above the din calling out and says, "Well, there they are." And approaching through the crowd, you see Captain Panzia, who kind of like pushes past like through his the conversation he was currently carrying on with a group of people. Look disappointed to see him leave. And he walks straight up to your group and he says, "When you asked for the invitations, I sort of assumed that I needed to attend the event as well. It's lovely to see you, my dear," as he moves up to you, Salome, and then moves to Glass as well, "and you as well," as he like greets you, and then Fume, he says, "And my good sir," as he shakes yours, and he pans over to Grackle, who is in disguise. What is Grackle dressed like?
God. A billowing open shirt. Sorry. I have to now describe my character while also thinking like, fuck, what do I do now? Okay. A billowing open shirt, a sailor's jacket, and I'll say a tricorn hat with a grackle skull, embellished with some grackle feathers and also some other long-tailed bird that lives in Duskval. This is what she looks like. Also, long blonde hair that she's let down to kind of hopefully disguise her appearance a little bit.
How likely do you think I can do a luck check, a fortune roll? How likely do you think it is that Captain Pansy would recognize you?
Leave it up to the dice.
Okay.
Do we want to go as far as to call a flashback, and we have fully disguised, like, face-swapped Grackle?
Because we could have done magic. We could have
That
done
is
magic on that.
That is up to y'all.
I mean, I've got to be me today, so I could even lend you my necklace. Or
I'm going to say your necklace only works.
only works on me. Damn.
Yeah.
Then
If you want to do it, we'll have to do a Glass would have to have prepared a
I could
ritual.
have done this.
So we'll have to do our ritual stuff.
I feel like that might be our safest bet if we've got someone who knows Grackle fairly intimately.
I'm happy to do it.
Tonight.
We have to assume that we would have seen him. We would have had to have assumed that we were going to see him here. So yeah, I'll spend the stress for it. That's how much stress will it be for that?
I'm going to say for this, I'm only going to consider it a one stress flashback. This is something that y'all have been talking about and makes sense that you might have done ahead of time. However, Glass is going to have to expend some stress for the actual ritual itself. So you'll take your
You know what?
stress.
I'll even say she gets an undercut. Like she keeps the top really long, and it's like pulled back in a ponytail right now. Her signature braid is no longer here.
How opposed is Grackle to hair dye as well?
Yeah, we could do hair dye. It would take really well. What color?
Gotta go like maybe like an auburn or black.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I like a deep red.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
Like a red brown kind of situation.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Like
we're
that.
going with that. Yep.
It's a very distinct hair color, and I think that works in our favor.
Do you have the rules for your ritual, Glass? Do you have those written down?
Sure do.
Okay.
I named it Copycat. Magnitude of 3. Requires a physical item that can manifest the effect you wish to recreate, which we have in the item that Salome has. Mark 3 stress to copy the power of an artifact and bestow it onto something or someone externally. Those are the notes I wrote down.
Got it. Okay, so you just have to spend your stress then, and you do it. I am going to roll with the magnitude of the item to see how successful it is in disguising Grackle from somebody who is sort of pretty intimately familiar with you at this point.
It's 3 dice.
All right.
It's a
We
cool
could do a
thing I
fun
can
little detail actually on the back of
Oh
her
my
jacket.
God, are you
That's
serious?
a failure. On the back of her jacket, it says "Kick me, I'm Grackle."
Why didn't you let me
rolled-
do it?
I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3.
That's not a 5. That's unacceptable. We're only doing 5s today. You have to do it again.
Yeah, we do
all right,
fives
yeah.
here.
We only do 5s here.
She has a jackal embroidered on the back of her jacket.
Perfect.
They call me Jackal.
You see there is a moment of pause as he sees you, Grackle, and that pause is quickly kind of pushed through as he says, "And I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met."
James. But my friends call me the Jackal.
Well, I hope we can consider ourselves friends by the end of the evening. It's nice to meet you, Jackal. And
Is Captain Fancy like, does she really think that's gonna work?
this is gonna work. Like looks
You
like
just changed the G
He
sound to
actually
a J
Listen.
had
sound.
no idea until he saw the back of your jacket and went, "Oh shit."
She's experimenting.
She's going through a phase.
She's going through a phase. Let her have this. Theo.
he looks back to the between the rest of you and smiles and says, "I was rather surprised when you asked for an invitation this evening. I'm happy to see you in attendance. Is this your first time at one of Mr. Watts's events?"
First, but hopefully not the last. Seems like quite the place to potentially drum up some regular business.
I'm sure. Well, I won't keep you in your business pursuits here. Hopefully, good fortune to you and yours this evening.
Captain Panzia, a quick question about the festivities here.
Yes.
How eccentric is our host staring at the horses that have been painted over running amok in the garden?
Glass, who's working, just sort of like quips, hopefully very.
He says, Mr. Watt is a devout member of the church, and thus, I would say, indulges in the vices that the church encourages. I don't really have a better way of expressing it than that. I think you'll just have to meet the man yourself.
Pleasures of the flesh, got it.
Are you raising a hand, or?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry, Grackle got to say what she was wearing, but the rest of us didn't, and I just wanted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Fit check.
Who wants to describe their drip?
You go first, Glass, because it's hot.
Very, and I can't stress this enough, little. No, so Glass following Salome's lead has gone black, and this black gown, that sort of like hooks behind the neck, comes down. This is this from here to below the belly button is out.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's skirt of the dress, like a little ruffled, a little fun, but very, very short in the front, sort of up past like mid-thigh, and has like a little train in the back. It's out. All of the stuff is out. The tits are out, the thighs are out, it's all out.
Guys out, thighs out, tits out.
Super high heels, long black gloves.
I love
Hair
it.
down.
Ooh.
All right. Who else?
I mean, in stark contrast, Salome usually like does a lot of wave, like lots of curls, like framing the face, all of that. None of that tonight, friends. We are working.
Business.
Business.
It's business time.
It's fucking business time. Everything slicked back, fully back, tight bun. It's business time.
Sorry, I was doing background music for your description.
Oh, thank you. Huge black fascinator, just a huge cravat, but the cravat almost looks ridiculous with just how low cut this corset, like leather bottoms, full leather skirts, black on shiny black, tight cut fit coat to go along with it. Just this is like leather mommy goth city, and it's giving.
And Fume.
I got mommies everywhere.
I got mommies all over the place.
I imagine there is this parade of hotness that walks down the gangplank, and then a shadow falls over it as Fume steps out. He grabs the lapels of his three-piece suit and kind of shifts it to adjust. It's a very sensible, he has older sensibilities, so it is like that 1920s style three-piece suit of blazer, vest, undershirt, tie.
It's just a different kind of hot, baby. You got a matching hat?
No, but as he walks down the gangplank, he takes off his blazer. The sleeves are already rolled up to the arm, and he just throws the blazer over his shoulder.
So you're
and sticks
dressed
a hand in
like
the
young
pocket.
Sherlock from the game.
Yeah, for some weird reason, one of the sleeves is longer than the other.
One's rolled up. You got a wallet chain. Only
I
one
see.
glove.
He runs up to Captain Pansy and hits him with the pepper snuff.
Mommy issues.
His best friend is his imaginary friend, Grackle.
I'm still irritated about that.
That is such a wild concept to me.
It's a great well, and then they just reveal it in like the second chapter. They're like, "Oh, by the way, that's my imaginary friend." I'm like, "Well, that's
Motherfucker was playing an accordion during a fight
he
scene.
was sitting up all the way on the top of the shelves in the police archives. Jonathan Watson, get down from there."
You are not a cat, sir.
But apparently,
Anyway.
you're imaginary. I'm John Watson, but I'm not that John Watson. Okay.
Anyway.
Hey, Frogwares.
Anyway.
I'm gonna email you.
Sorry, we're tangenting.
Captain Pansia says,
Well, I can leave you to your business for the evening, but do find some time so we can reconnect and discuss current business when you have the chance. I'm happy to see that the new establishment, Night Market, is doing well. Look forward to seeing my share of the profits in return.
Of course.
Oh, yes, I will be sending a report on our current assets to your office as soon as possible. I'm just doing a bit of bookkeeping.
I'm making faces behind Fume, like,
We're not here for business, we're here for
I
pleasure.
said I'm behind you.
Is that a duck?
yeah, there,
Some of us are here for business.
there's
The
several
others-
ducks wearing tuxedos walking around the walking around the ballroom.
Well, Captain Pansy, you, speaking of our business acumen and everything, you still have yet to come patronize me.
I found myself quite busy lately. Hunting season begins soon, so trying to get the ship up and running.
Of course. Well, do please come find us at any time. Yeah,
I will.
Your conversation obviously takes precedence over anyone here.
And at that
Conversation
point,
indeed.
you hear a couple of the like the group that you just left, a couple of the dilettantes are like, "Oh, Captain Pansia, please continue your story." And he says, "Oh, I'll be right there." He says, "I will return to you shortly. Duty calls." And he heads back and he says, "Now where was I?" As he returns to the throng. of
Behind
people.
us back, and the waves were 15 feet tall. We've all heard the story about
Last I
80
heard,
times
they
by
had
now.
moved up to 25.
Oh,
100 feet tall the waves were.
Yes, of course. Hopefully he's got something that's 25 feet.
Hey ho.
Otherwise, I'm charging him extra. I'm working.
when I walk in the club, pass fast.
Should I see if I can get into the coat room and nick a couple of things?
I mean, sure.
Petty crimes, petty crimes.
You want to go try to steal something from the coat room?
I don't know. We'll see where the night takes us.
Okay.
If I get a little grabby, like, that's where I'm headed.
Is there
Fume's
anything
getting
everyone?
handsy tonight.
The
Your
only thing I'm
initial-
getting handsy with is other people's wallets.
Your initial like read on the event, is there anything anybody is doing or wants to do?
There are 3 floors to this place, yeah?
Yes.
How much of the party is taking place on the other floors?
You don't see anyone going upstairs currently. There's in the ballroom. There's a balcony with a double wrapped like banister, like staircase, like leading up towards the second floor. It doesn't seem like anybody is heading up there currently. It seems like everything is happening here on the main floor and on the grounds outside.
Okay. Gonna take note of that, see if there seems to be anybody who works here, maybe coming up and down, or if it
Sure.
seems kind of abandoned up there.
Okay. Anyone else keeping an eye on anything else right now?
I think that Grackle is going to make a show of being a sailor on shore leave, enjoying their time at a party. And also just kind of like keeping a wary eye on Captain Panzea. We don't know where he stands yet.
No, we don't.
Fume is going to look for opportunities to run distraction if things go down. So it'll be more like sabotage a pipe here to make like a little flood, or gather a bunch of people and regale them with stories and kind of turn on the pheromones a little to make them a little drunker.
Okay. So sounds like a lot of like
Small steps, yeah.
everyone's kind of like on the like in a reactionary period. Nobody's like actively kind of investigating the group, the gathering right now.
I want to look around and see who else we recognize.
Sure.
Yep.
With the gathering the group and turning up the charm, as I would like to colloquially call it, could I try for also like word of mouth reconnaissance, see like what the guests have to say about our esteemed host?
Interesting. Okay. So Glass is looking around for kind of anyone else you recognize. Fume is trying to like eavesdrop and kind of get some information. I'm trying to decide whether we do a team roll here, or because I'm trying to decide if those things are connected enough where we can just do a
Well, I
group
figured
action.
I'd be rolling consort with mine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So you can do a consort roll.
Can we
I mean,
maybe
if
do a
I'm looking around for people we
survey?
recognize, if that's also consortium,
Yeah,
then
well, I
that
was
would be
saying,
a-
are you thinking more of like Glass that you're doing like talking to people, or are you doing more of like a survey?
Well, the thing is that survey and consort, I'm bad at both.
Okay.
I would
but-
kind of like to do a survey too. So if you want to do a
Team roll.
team
Do
roll
a
somewhere.
team roll.
Yeah, and I know Salome, you're kind of looking out for people coming up. Yeah, I think let's do that. Let's do a survey. The two of you can do a group action. I don't know if Grackle wants to get on all that too.
Yeah, I'm happy to contribute to that.
And
Absolutely.
then if
It
Fume
makes
wants to
sense.
do,
Sorry.
okay.
It makes sense to me that we would arrive, fan out, and then gather as much information as possible.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And then Fume, you were thinking you wanted to like talk to some people, maybe do a consort.
Yep. And I'm gonna spend 2 stress to turn that into a tinker roll.
Oh, okay.
Tinker with people's
Because I have
emotions.
0 consort.
God, abilities crazy. Okay, you can do that. Let's do the group action first,
Okay.
and then we'll do.
Who's gonna
the,
lead?
Yeah. So who's
I'm
leading?
okay on stress. I can lead it.
Okay, so we'll do group action
Survey?
survey. Are you rolling physical dice or doing using?
I'm. Oh, I was gonna roll physical dice, but we can do
Okay.
it all on the thing.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Who's the lead?
I can lead
would
it.
be
I mean, if you guys
Salome.
want to, if you guys
Oh,
want
thank
to
you.
roll physical dice, that's okay. I'm
And then I select the action.
Mhm.
Yeah, select the
Okay.
action.
We're doing survey.
gotta get Fume out of there.
And then
Yeah.
Fume, remove
delete
yourself.
I
there.
got him. I got him.
Delete
Dang
yourself.
I had to turn off my AC.
It's okay.
Fives!
Fives.
Fives.
So
Don't worry
many
about it. No,
fives.
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 Don't worry about
There
it.
is one, so you only get
Yeah,
one stress,
one
Salome,
stress.
from.
That's crazy because we all rolled fives. That's insane. You're not playing
What
the game
hell?
right. No, I'm gonna get the book because we all rolled
Wait.
fives.
Do we have a power that makes crits count in?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the
It is
Synchronize.
yeah,
Oh,
if y'all
well.
could roll sixes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, where we can
Okay.
pull sixes from different rolls to get a
I
crit.
forgot how crits worked for a second.
And that's
I was
crazy
like,
that
oh,
none of us
was
rolled
like-
sixes and we all rolled fives, and
Yeah.
none of us rolled a one. Especially not me. I would never roll bad today or last time.
Or any day.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
Nuts.
with a 5, you fan
Which
out.
we all rolled.
Which you all rolled.
Mhm.
You fan out and kind of walk around the party, looking to see if there's anyone you recognize. And keeping an eye on like where people are moving and coming to. Like it's still kind of early on, so there are people coming in and out. You can see like more people arriving by the minute. Quite a big gathering here. Other than Captain Pansia, you don't really make out anyone that you recognize. The There are plenty of people here that you would consider to be important, or at least look important. Maybe some people that you've had some maybe tangential dealings with. If you've ever spent any time in Brightstone or done any shopping here or anything, like you might recognize like a name or a noble. Like I don't know how well connected y'all are with any of that, but nobody in your immediate like circle of influence is here. Especially nobody that like tied to the Baron, other than Captain Pansia. As far as like I said, more people arriving by the minute. I'm trying to say with a 5 if I give this to you or not. Mixed success. Yeah, I'll give it to you, but the consequence here is you don't really have a chance to like really do anything about it other than you see this happening. At one point, you do notice a little bit of a commotion in one corner of the room, like through the crowd, and you can see like some servants like pushing through, going over to like a back room. It's like not like a fight or anything that's happening, no like arguments, but just like some people kind of clearing out over there. There's a little bit of like attention being drawn that direction that you find your eyes drawn towards. There are a couple of the serving staff have moved to one of the side rooms. Like there's a servant's entrance over there, and they disappear for a bit, but attention is kind of drawn that away as they come back out. And you see the same man that like escorted you on the docks, that like took your invitations, is leading a group of 3 figures that are not dressed like partygoers. They're wearing like cloaks. They look a little bit shadier. They look like more common folk that you would see in like other areas of Dustfall, and that is enough for people to draw attention. Like, who are these people? The 3 of them are taken, like kind of just cutting through the side of the ballroom to go towards the stairs, and they are led upstairs by this steward, and out of sight.
Are they wearing masks or anything, or is it just cloaks?
Just cloaked. You just didn't see their faces because their cowls were pulled up.
They look like fun.
Fume, go ahead and before we deal with any of those developments, go ahead and make your roll.
Will my scarred affect this?
Interesting. Yeah, you are scarred and you are trying to socialize with people. I will say that yes.
Maybe some people think it's cool.
Maybe they do.
Will it be risky limited then as the effect?
Yes.
Cool. Well, we'll see. Ha! No, I'm a misanthrope.
That's a 5. Crazy.
That's 2 5s actually. Yeah.
That's a 5.
You add this up, that is 2 5s.
That's a 5. Yep.
No, but actually that is a 3. Ooh, okay. Let's
Or would have been
What
a
is it?
standard limited.
What does this mean?
Or controlled limited.
no, it would have been risky limited because it
Okay.
reduces the effect, not the
Yeah.
position.
Okay. You were just going around trying to chat with
Just
some people and
talk.
get some information on the host. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna like turn this on you a little bit.
Okay.
What does Fume do that is off-putting to the people that he is currently trying to talk to?
It is like the new kid in school who doesn't know the hierarchy of any of the classes, trying to ingrain themselves everywhere. He just comes off as trying too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wants to make friends with everyone, but like he's just not socially aware at all right now.
Are you overtly asking like about the host? About Mr. Watt?
Like some of the conversations go well, and then he gets to the host, and it's like asking about the house. Like, well, that's such a sudden thing to bring up.
Yeah. So how do you know? Like, what do you think of Mr. Roland Watt? Yeah.
And then they ask, "How do you know Roland Watt?" I don't. I was invited here by a third party. And then everyone just like looks at him like, "Oh, you don't actually know the host? Okay."
I think what you pick up on, you talk to a few people and they kind of like, they shun you from their conversations very quickly. Like, one group you go to is suddenly like, a couple people are like, oh, I need to go get a drink. Oh, I need to use the bathroom. And they all leave and then reconvene
Seat
somewhere
taken.
else.
The seat's taken.
My
Maybe
dance
you
card's
can-
full. Completely empty dance card.
You can sit here if you want.
It's very sad. The rest of you see this happening. But what you also see is, after you've done this a couple of times, you notice that there are a couple of servants, like, on the edge of the room that just seem to be keeping an eye on Fume.
You watch a
Uh-oh.
very dejected Fume just walk out to the horse pen and start stroking a horse by the nose, but then the horse turns around and leaves as well.
Yeah. That's very funny.
Oh,
Why am I
Chat,
even here?
I bet the ducks will like Fume.
Ducks in their tuxedos.
The tux ducks.
I'm gonna do a-
The
Tuxedos.
tux ducks.
Tuxedos.
I'm just
By
doing a
the
fortune roll
end-
to see
Yes.
how well the ducks like Fume.
Sure.
Makes us
But
ask.
I really hope by the end of this I get to parade the ducks around. Hey, 4.
It's a 4. Yeah,
They're ducks.
They're ducks. They're doing duck things. You offer them food, they come and eat it.
The one thing that steers everyone away from Fume is he reaches into his pocket and there's just a bunch of peas from the buffet that he starts feeding the ducks.
If they need
So, yeah.
vegetables, don't give them bread. It's bad for them.
Yeah.
Given that, the 4 of you have just finished kind of like surveying and getting that information. You all notice that, and you see Fume kind of being watched. At that
Very
moment,
normal. Okay.
there is a bang as a gunshot goes off, and everyone in the room goes quiet, and everyone like flinches and looks up towards the banister, and you see standing at the top of the stairs with the banisters a man dressed like entirely in like silver. It's more of like a robe than is like a suit, with some like gold jewelry, and just really extravagant. He's wearing a crown that is this like spiraling metal, and he stands at the top of the stairs with a smoking gun that he's just fired directly into the ceiling. You see a little bit of like the marble cracking, and some you can actually see some pock marks of where probably this has happened multiple
Literally done
times at
this
this point.
Someone screams, "I've been shot," and they're given a prize.
Yeah, somebody falls over, like holding their arm. You see some blood, and some of the servants go over and said, "Get that man a drink." Welcome, everyone, to the estate of Roland Watt. That is me. I am Roland Watt. Welcome, all of my lucky guests for this evening. I'm delighted to have you for tonight's festivities. Please, no need to stop the event on my behalf. He tosses the gun behind him. One of the servants reaches over to try to catch it. He says, please continue to drink, enjoy. The event will begin here shortly.
So sad we're gonna have to kill this guy. I instantly like him.
There's applause from the crowd. Everyone seems very excited by this as he comes down the steps and begins to like mingle with the rest of the crowd.
I wasn't that attached to this identity. I could solve this right now.
Sorry, I
time to
thought we were
burn this
doing
identity.
guns. My bad.
Grackle just screaming, "Woo!" and shoots the dude in the middle of the room. I thought this was what we were supposed to do.
What? Jesus.
You can see, like, as soon as he arrives, like, the room, like, everything's kind of taking a turn. Like, the energy in the room, it gets a bit more, like, wild. It's like he's going to talk to people, and he's, like, grabbing a bottle of wine. He grabs, like, somebody near him, just starts pouring the wine down their throat.
Yes, I
and,
love this guy.
There's, like, a small battalion of servants behind him just, like, cleaning up as he goes.
No, I
as
don't
he's
like
leaving,
him.
as he's leaving, like, destruction in his wake.
I have a question.
Yes.
Just a context question.
Mhm.
The servants, we'll keep them out of the equation for a second, but the people at the party, are they humoring this guy? Or do they actually like this guy?
I won't make you make a roll for it. I think you
Just want a little bit of
catch.
context.
There's a mixed vibe. Like,
Okay.
again, it's like some people are just really excited. And there's like a fervor. It's like, yes, what is gonna happen? Like for the adrenaline of the evening. Like, these are rich people that don't get a lot of excitement in their lives.
Okay.
They're very excited to go out.
This man's like
and other
firing
people-
a gun into the ceiling.
Some people look concerned, but they're like, I'm here because appearances and I need to be here, but oh God, please don't let him come near me. So like there's
I gotcha.
a very mixed vibe in the room.
Not everybody is super into the firing the gun into the sea.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted
Something
to, that's just a
tells
vibe
me
check.
if he something tells me if he turns up dead, it's not going to be a surprise.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way.
I think that Grackle is going to
Excuse me.
make her way across the room and just sort of like pretending like she doesn't know them, sort of whisper to Glass, "Be careful with this one. Looks like he likes to break his toys."
Jackal, my dear. I'm an expert in those type of people.
Yep.
Hard cut
Grackle
to
kinda-
Fume, petting a duck. That's a silly idea, Jackal. I would never do that.
Did
You
name
would
the
named
duck
after
Jackal?
the duck.
God damn it. Yeah, okay.
I love
Um,
that duck.
She kind of gives Glass a look that says something, which you probably like interpret as doubtful, but honestly, it's more concern than anything else.
I think
She'll-
Glass returns the look with a genuine look of like, thank you.
No.
Hat down, disappears into the craft.
I'll woo her one of these days.
Ooh, yet.
We might have to go through a couple more identities, so we'll get there. Listen, sometimes your egg cracks a little late.
Miss Salome, your coat is very nice tonight.
Is this still the ducks, or
This
did
is
you
still the
take
ducks.
did you take some Molly and you're just like behind her, like
No,
petting
it's all
her?
ducks. It's all
Molly
ducks.
is not a duck. Molly's
It's
a
ducks
goose.
all the way down.
I thought Molly was a duck in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just making a joke about how you're hanging out with birds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look though.
that was a not ecstasy but birds joke. So yeah,
Molly is a duck in Animal Crossing.
Molly
You're
is
right.
a duck in Animal Crossing.
Apparently, she has a very motherly vibe.
Welcome to Drugs or Ducks,
Drugs
where
or
we
ducks?
we
Molly.
decide.
Was
So
a trick
Fume is
question.
out.
quick
Fume is
question.
outside still. Salome and Glass are together, and Grackle has kind of gone off on her own.
Yeah, she's just floating.
Okay.
I imagine that because we expected Captain Panzia to be here today, her job is to like get in with Captain Panzia and hopefully come out the other end with him confirming her identity to others. Um, but if not, I'm gonna open up conversation to the table when it comes to talking to him because we'll deal with that later.
I mean, we don't know that we tanked it. Like, he gave nothing away.
Yep.
So,
Also, I think that Grackle is a little bit like the distraction here. Funnily enough,
fresh meat.
it's two birds, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We especially don't want Panzia seeing us killing someone. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think, can I maybe do a setup roll for Glass? I feel like I did. Have you met Glass?
Sure. Yeah, what do you do?
Little 1-2 punch.
I will say I'm not going by Glass.
That's right. You were gonna, are you gonna do Orchid?
The suggestion is Orchid from RJ, and I like that.
I like it.
It's a
In
good
the
one,
same
yeah.
vein of all the other wood I've used. Iris. Iris is dead now.
Mm-hmm.
I used Violet for a bit. I think Violet is also
I think
dead
Violet
now.
was made. Yeah.
We'll do Orchid now.
Okay. I think we'll just sort of set up shop, like talking to a couple people, like bringing up the new business ventures and everything, and introducing one of our courtesans who's come this evening, but all just very obviously in the earshot of our dear host.
Okay. You yeah, let's do, sounds like Sway.
Okay.
We'll go risky standard on this one.
Woo! 6.
6. Okay. Yeah, you do is like, so you're kind of mingling with some, bringing up the jewelry box, talking about your business.
Rubbing elbows, talking about business. When people are like, "Oh, you know, how are your courtesans?" I say, "Well,
Yeah.
bring Orchid over."
You as you're kind of mingling and bringing that up, suddenly you hear from behind you, it says, "Did you say the jewelry box?" And as you turn, you see Roland, who has just finished off the champagne he's drinking and drops the glass to the ground, which shatters.
Jesus Christ!
Does he also scream another?
No, he doesn't, but another servant just walks over and immediately hands him a drink.
Oh my
As another one
God.
starts to sweep
God,
up
we
the ground
gotta
behind
kill
him.
this guy.
We
You can't
gotta fucking
act
off
like
this guy. He's the worst.
You can't behave like this.
How has he survived this long without someone killing him?
Money.
Sheer incompetence.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not surprised that people want him dead now.
No.
I made a choice
I like.
for
I
this
don't.
character.
I think the other two, 2 or 3 that you're supposed to kill for mommy Glass is like for some sort of scheme. I think she just ran into this dude and was like, yeah, and off him too,
Yeah.
because I just fucking hate that
yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
And
we-
also-
Like,
oh,
I
I-
fucking hate this guy.
Because I think after him, I've got one more, right? Because I killed
Yeah.
the priest guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
And you need your 4th for.
She's asking me. She's only asking me to kill Church.
Yep. So far.
Wait, okay, I have a lot of thoughts all of a sudden.
Okay.
I let myself think for a second. We're done.
He immediately closes the gap to you. He's like sizing him and says, "Are you Miss Salome?"
I, in fact, am. It's It's quite an honor that you know who I am.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I am Roland Watt, if you have not heard.
Shoot him.
I, of course, know who our illustrious host is. It's an honor to meet you.
Thank you. God damn, I hate playing this guy.
No, enjoy it.
This is
No,
straight
enjoy
face.
it.
Enjoy it.
Have so
Oh,
much fun.
God.
This is fun. You're having fun.
Have a blast. Have a
Oh,
blast.
I want to. He just pulls out a gun, shoots himself.
On to the next great adventure.
I've had enough fun now.
The next life will be even grander than this one.
Demon mummy, I come to your arms.
I should have stopped this game an hour ago.
And
Reconsidered this
our
choice.
work here is done.
This
Oh
is
my
great.
God.
We get no heat for this job.
None at all. We were. It's not that no one knows we're involved. We weren't
We weren't.
involved.
He killed himself for fun.
Honestly, I don't even mind not getting coin for this if that's the outcome. Like,
I've heard the most interesting things about your lovely establishment from some acquaintances of mine. I'm so pleased to have you here this evening.
Really, the pleasure is, quite honestly, all mine. Well, ours, as I should say. Please do mind my manners. This is one of our illustrious jewels within our coffers. This is Orchid. Orchid, this is our illustrious host.
A pleasure, Lord Watt.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well, Orchid. He holds out his hand for you to kiss it.
I kiss it.
Okay.
I'm working.
He says, "You're one of the courtesans in the jewelry box.
I am.
And how do you find your employment there?"
Oh, it's lovely. I wouldn't want to work anywhere else.
Well, I happen to own quite a few up-and-coming establishments in the city myself. If you're ever looking for further work, I'm sure that we could find a place for any jewels that may go by the wayside.
Well, that's quite a generous offer, but I wouldn't want to work for anyone but Miss Salome.
Unfortunate, but I understand.
Although, my one rule is that I don't work and have my pleasure in the same place, but if I wasn't working for you... Just a thought.
Go ahead and make a sway roll. And we'll say with the setup, you get an additional, you get an assist from Salome.
That's 5 dice.
Yeah,
One of
baby.
these is gonna be a 5. Feel.
Do you want me to also give you my actual, like, one of my freebie assists? Because this is big.
That's 6 dice.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
This is a huge role. We need him to like you so
Okay.
that he goes somewhere with you.
I'll take it.
All right. You take a freebie.
I'm gonna laugh, you just get all 5s.
I know I get 2 6s, idiot.
Woo!
He, as you let that hang in the
I like
air.
started to add them up, and then I was like, no. Wrong.
Wait, why am I adding?
Wrong. Why am I doing math? I don't do math in this one.
As that hangs in the air, you see he smiles. He says, "Well, how forward of you."
Oh, it is my job, my lord. Although if forward is not your cup of tea, I can try something else.
Oh, I invented it, my dear. Perhaps after the events of the evening, we can have a conversation further. I would love to show you the splendor of the rest of my estate.
I'd be delighted to see anything with you.
Likewise. If you would like,
You may accompany me as I make the rounds for as I introduce the rest of my cohort here.
I do a little look to Salome like permission.
Little nod.
I'd be honored.
Well, please then. And he holds out his hand for you to take, and he moves away with you.
One,
My
two,
work here is
punch.
done.
Love a
Uh,
setup roll. Yes.
Fume and Grackle. What are you two you getting?
Rolling 6 dice is like
It's crazy.
Crazy.
so powerful.
There's no way you can
Um,
fail.
You're almost
except when you
casting a
do.
fireball.
Fume, you want to be my backup in case this goes wrong?
Almost.
Sure, you're gonna have to pick him away from his psychosis with the ducks.
I'm assuming the ducks are a cover. Uh,
You assume wrong. I'm having a mental break.
good. Enjoy. Grackle. Grackle is gonna go and like join the group that's like crowded around Panzea, and sort of like politely listen to the stories that she's definitely heard a billion times over, and look for an opening to try and like have a conversation with him alone.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, with the amount of time that we're working, eventually he is speaking, he finishes the story that you've heard before, he's telling to this group, of slaying a Leviathan at sea, and eventually, like, finishes his drink, and says, "If you excuse me, I need to refill myself, but I'll be back for the next tale." And everyone, he bids himself away from the group, and moves off to get a drink, giving him a moment of isolation.
Sure. Grackle will come up to his elbow and say, "Can I get you a drink, Captain?"
I Fume, you looked like you were going to do something. Were you?
No, I was gonna say Fume has moved inside and he's currently just like picking at the buffet, making himself a sad sandwich.
You catch his arm, and he turns and looks at you, and he says, "By all means, Jackal."
What's your preference?
Something stronger than the wine they have here, by all means.
Grackle will order him. This is a fancy place. She'll order him some rum. I'll assume that they
Wow.
have rum on tap.
Yeah,
On tap.
yeah.
On tap.
On tap.
I go to a bar. I know how drinks work.
Yeah, you get him a drink, and you return, takes his glass, clinks it against yours. He says, "So tell me, what kind of business are you in, James?"
Waylon,
Mm.
I'm on shore leave.
What ship you sail with?
None now. Actually, that's what I meant to talk to you about.
Mm. All right then, talk.
You wouldn't happen to have any openings, would you?
Oh, there are always openings at sea. Unfortunately, we always lose a few with each voyage. Just nature of the job.
No, that's what happened to my last ship. Disbanded.
I see. Well, perhaps we can find a place for you. I did make you an offer to join previously, if I recall.
Ah. Is that offer still on the table?
Let's talk somewhere a little less crowded. He gestures like out towards the back doors.
Okay. Grackle will follow him, but as she does, she's going to make eye contact with Fume.
All right. What do you need from me? Above the table. What do you want
do you
from me?
want from me?
What
It's
would help
mostly-
Grackle the most here?
I'm mostly just saying, hey, I'm following Captain Panzea to a secondary location. Make note.
Can I prowl?
Yes, you may.
It's like a person. Oh, let me see how well this goes first. Risky standard.
Yeah,
Success.
that's a 6.
It's like a servant walks past Fume, and then Fume is no longer where he is sitting. The plate he has is just like slightly rotating.
The cells on the table.
stuff.
Love it. You step out, Fume kind of lurking off to the side, ducking out the door as well and sticking to the shadows. Luckily, it's dark out here. Some of the mist is rolling in, so the fogs and the crowd giving you some cover as you keep an eye. Panzea leads Grackle out the doors, and then kind of off towards there's some a row of hedges. To the left as you exit, walks you that way. We're just seeing if there's many people around. He turns back to look at you, Grackle, and says, "You're gonna have to work on a better disguise, Jack. The name itself, really, just Jackal, really."
God. Worked on everyone but you.
Well, I don't imagine many others here know you as well as I do. Either way, I heard about the business in Night Market. I don't know many of the details, but what did you do, Jack?
I legitimately don't know what to tell him. I'm opening it to the peanut gallery. What's my story?
I would say essentially the truth. He was trying to. Oh no, oh shit, that's right.
Yep.
Go with the he's crazed thing. He told you he wanted you to take your heartstone and put it in a fucking hole.
Not
Because that's
untrue.
too insane for us to have just made
Not
it up.
tell
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah.
And sort of pitch it like, listen, I know this sounds insane, but you can't make this shit up.
Okay. Because currently, what he believes is that Jack.
You've been
is working-
undercover this whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jack is working with the Baron. So, are we spilling the beans on? Well, not the whole beans, but basically telling him yeah, I'm on the run from Pops now.
Because
This is-
Pops is nuts.
Yeah.
He's doing some very weird stuff, Captain. He's cloning me.
I that lie can't last for long, right?
That's not a lie. He is cloning you.
No, the lie.
I know,
the,
I know,
The
I know.
previous lie. I can't maintain that one. So
No,
the
I don't.
idea now is to give him enough of the
Especially
truth.
since he has heard something.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it
okay.
also works with the very Grackle, just straightforward, yeah, this is what's happening.
Yeah. I Grackle's not cut out for
Subterfuge.
yeah, this tangled web.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a part of the truth.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Sorry. Back in. He's losing it. He wanted me to put my heartstone in a hull. And I refused.
Why did he ask that? What reason?
I don't know.
He did say some crazy shit about you coming home and being together forever. I mean, you could drop that a little bit too.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, man.
Have you seen him recently?
Not in a while. I have an appointment with him next week for final reports before we head out for the season.
He's not the same anymore.
What makes you say that? Why would he do any of that?
He's a hull now. Multiples. He doesn't even have to have a heartstone in it.
It's quite a tale you're telling, Jack.
Would it be alright for Fume to step out to double down on Grackle's confession?
Yeah. Grackle is clearly, like, floundering here, so...
Fume will step out of the shadows. Captain Panzia. There are certain things that I've been researching because they've been brought to my attention about the Baron and his hulls. They correlate with some disturbing information a conclusion that I've come to. And I doubt that you think this is a legitimate confession, but do you happen to know the name of Bertrand Faust?
Just gonna do a fortune roll for that one.
Please, please. No.
No.
Well, when I was a different man, and Fume will unbutton his shirt to show the heartstone and the hull paneling, I was a researcher at Charter Hall under Spockcraft. The Baron commissioned our dear Jack here to kill me. I don't know why the Baron is doing what he is doing currently, but he has set a very dangerous precedent. In that, one, he can send his consciousness to any hull, and two, he might be able to command said hulls made in that factory. I don't know why he would want Grackle back, but it's probably not for a good purpose.
I'm gonna go and have you. We can do a group action if y'all want.
Group
So we're
sway.
I'm
gonna
okay with
we're
that.
gonna need a sway.
We can do
Um,
group sways for the entire group. We can do group.
Oh, yeah,
even
from
if
like
we're
a
not
crowd.
there.
I'll lead it. I've got the most stress to spare, and I feel like
Okay.
this is the most of the stress is falling on Grackle's shoulders anyhow.
Okay. I'm gonna say this will be the setup for this was gonna be desperate limited.
We are bound in darkness.
We are bound in darkness.
Can I give my last freebie as an assist to make it a standard?
Yes.
Oh God.
Select thy.
All right, everybody. Who's leading? Is Grackle leading this?
Grackle's leading for sure.
Okay. All right. We have everyone's dice.
Thinking
in.
about the ritual that Glass would have done to like bind everyone in darkness,
And in darkness, bind them.
so we could do this shit.
Oh, right.
What I'd like to think it's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Like everyone had to put their hands in and
Yeah.
you draw a little smiley face.
Yeah. And now
I
we're
imagine-
best friends.
I imagine that the way that this went is that like you guys had to really coach Grackle on this one because she's not confident in her sway rolls. We'll put it that way.
That was the
I'm gonna push-
actual montage. Was like role play with Grackle.
Mm-hmm.
Pretend I'm Captain Panzea.
punches it.
And that's how he learned how wide your shoulders are.
Hey.
All right,
Okay.
let's go ahead and roll.
Pushing myself for this one. All right.
God,
Ready?
we have so many dice. Yeah.
Go.
Ooh!
Wow. Okay. Only one failure, which was Grackle.
Almost sixes!
the
Yeah,
rest-
baby!
Triple sixes.
Triple
Hello.
sixes.
And triple sixes!
Sixes.
Woo!
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Critical success.
Oh man, if there was ever a time,
Big ally! Big
it's
ally!
now. It's now.
Woo!
You see, like, chews on this for a bit, and says, "That's quite a tale you're spinning for me, lass."
Have I ever done anything to make you believe that I would lie to you?
No, you haven't. I'm not going to mention that I saw you. I don't know what is going on between you and your father. I can't step away from the agreements I have with him. It would ruin me. But I can't turn my back on what he's doing to you either.
Captain, we are not asking you to abandon any of your duties or sell your name. We just want to know that when the time comes down to it, that you will help.
And probably the hardest thing I've ever asked of you. Keep your mouth shut.
Very funny. I need to think on this. Do you think there's any way you can mend whatever bridge is between the two of you?
Grackle's going to lie. Maybe.
Let's speak again before I say it out. All right.
All right.
I find myself without a taste for further frivolity. Enjoy the rest of the party, and I'll be in touch. Stay safe, Jack.
You too, Captain.
He sets his glass down without finishing it on a table nearby and strides out towards the docks.
I'm gonna say something I haven't said in a while. Gonna feel real bad if I have to kill him.
Fume will take Panzea, the place where Panzea was standing, swish the alcohol in the glass a little bit, and give it a sniff, like, sip. Are you alright?
Hey, parties.
I agree. I'm sorry for stepping out and speaking. It was not my place, but it looked like you needed the help.
And I did. Don't go telling anybody.
Jack, when you were speaking with Panzea, I saw this very powerful person looking very small for the first time in a long time. And I kinda hate that for you.
Well, he knew me when I was small. It's hard to look big when somebody already knows what you are.
A lethal sharpshooter. A strong, independent person who does not need the respect or adoration of her father to do her own thing.
And also someone who feels small sometimes. I can be all that.
Yes, but when you're feeling small, you have us to rise you up.
Appreciate it.
Don't go telling anyone I was nice to you.
We'll cuff him over the head.
Ah!
Now let's go pretend to enjoy this party.
Speaking of which,
Do you want to go throw eggs at the servants?
You're insane.
At that moment, in the party, Glass, you've been paraded around by the illustrious Roland Watt. Has introduced you to many people, speaking to everyone. Much of the exchange is happening the same way of being like, of him just kind of rolling up on a conversation, disrupting everything, making it all
Rolling
about
up on a
himself. And then,
conversation.
exactly. As the night is pressed on, after he's speaking with another group of people, he looks to you and he says, "Oh, one moment, please. I have an announcement to make. I almost forgot." And he steps back to the main floor. He gestures to his to the musicians who cut the music, and his servants give him a glass and a fork as he taps it, ringing out over the room, which he tosses both behind him, smashed to the floor, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, as I spoke previously, of course, this night is not going to be without its main event. So, if all attention could be here, please, and I will describe to you the event that will transpire this evening that will delight and astound you. Ladies and gentlemen," and at that moment, doof, all the lights go out. And you hear a scream and a gunshot. And the lights doof, turn back on. And you see that Roland Watt is gone. A spray of blood across the floor. A smoking pistol lying a few feet away. And everyone in the room panicking as they look on this scene of carnage and look between each other. And then you hear from a gramophone in the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, your task tonight will be to solve the murder of Roland Watt. And that is where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Incredible.
Forgive him,
So good.
Lord, because he knows not what he has done.
Yep.
He's just covered up his own murder for us.
Yep.
Incredible.
Bless him. Bless this horrible man. For in his life he has done one good deed, and it is this.
Oh, this
Amen.
is so
Amazing.
good.
Amazing.
As you have stumbled your way into a murder mystery party, that's going to be it for our session, everyone.
Incredible.
Let's go ahead and do. I know we're over time, but I wanted to let us get through all the scenes we wanted to get through.
Sorry, I'm just shocked that I just had to allow the term nasty bastard in our chat, and that seems about 10 years overdue.
That does. All right, let's cruise through advancement real quick. Everyone got their desperate action XPs. Playbook specific XP trigger. I'll let you all mark all of that on your own. The expressing your beliefs, drives, heritage, or backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
I think in every way. So
We do that to an extreme amount every time
Yeah.
we have like a really roleplay heavy session between
We
all
should
of us.
really get
So
negative
distinctive.
experience for doing too much roleplay.
Yeah. We start taking away XP. Y'all went off on too many tangents, minus an XP.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
You struggle with issues from your vice or traumas. I don't think we had anything come up
Not
today.
yet.
Yeah.
No.
Cool. That is PC advancement. Give yourselves your XP for those. Crew advancement. Van, you want me to knock that out, or
No, I
do
got
you
it.
have it?
I've got it pulled up right here. Successful espionage, sabotage, or theft.
Not yet.
Contend with challenges above your current station. Today? I mean, I guess the red sashes.
My Lyra.
Yeah.
That's true.
Can't see
Y'all are
it considered
what
above
tier
our
are
station?
y'all right now?
Two.
Our
I
tier.
think the red sashes are still above your tier. Hold on. Let me get the factions. The red sashes. They're tier 3. So yeah, they're still above your station. That's fair. Cool.
This is the one I was very excited about because you yourself, Val, used the word
Yeah.
flamboyant to
Flamboyant.
describe us.
I did. Yeah.
Bolster
that's
your
my
crew's
fault.
reputation. Or develop a new one.
Yeah.
Can we have
Flamboyant
two for
as
the boat?
Fuck.
Can we have two for the
Sure.
boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the tits.
I'm gonna
And
put
the
together a
and the
boat
Grackle
playlist.
undercut.
Naming the
that's fine.
ducks.
What about
Yes.
the ducks?
Goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no.
One or two. Val, this is important.
I
Goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
mean, it's really up to y'all.
Well,
Else
I'm
you
the
get-
one who can see how much XP we need to level up.
We're
Oh,
essential
y'all need-
naturing all over the
y'all
fucking
need two?
place.
Me too.
You get one.
Ah! Ah!
Thus spake Zarathustra.
RJ approves.
You need two, you get one. And you should be
Then
thankful.
we need one more to level up.
You'll get it next
Hey.
time.
We need to be extremely flamboyant next time. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no problem.
I did level up my playbook.
I did
Cool.
too.
Well, I'll let y'all
Nah.
deal with those. Let's go around to our stars and wishes.
Oh, I'm gonna say, Val, don't bother looking at the quote sheet because I'm gonna give it to I tire of these frivolities.
Tired of these frivolities.
I'm glad you enjoyed that.
That was a good line. I guess since I'm talking, hi everyone. I get my star is gonna be to Danae because I don't get to be scene partners with Grackle in a
In a way
way
that's-
that benefits the both of us.
Yeah, when we're not like actively fighting each other.
and the God, the Pansia Grackle Fume scene, good stuff. Mwah, 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 mwah. I said my wish kinda before stream, but I'll reiterate it again. Hey Val, what the
Yes?
fuck's the Lost District, and when can we go there?
That's where the
Uh,
vampires live.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
They call
so.
themselves the Lost Boys. I've seen one. His name is Kiefer Sutherland.
We haven't really done anything outside the city yet, but
My
we've got
good
some
friend
ideas.
John Harkness has gone to the Lost
Val,
District.
I'm begging you that the Lost District is where the vampires live.
Might be.
It's
There might be some
right
vampires
there.
there.
Okay, but
the Lost Boys, it's right there.
The Lost District being where the vampires live and they have their own crime syndicates doing their own thing would be
Oh,
real
God.
hilarious to me.
A bunch of just like teenage vampires, with a lot of eye
Oh,
makeup.
they're the
Hundreds-
Lost Boys.
Could you imagine
It's
the
impossible for me to tell because Kiefer Sutherland was born looking like he was 45.
No, they were like
so-
teenagers. I
Yeah.
They
think
had motorcycles though.
Teenagers can have motorcycles.
They shouldn't.
I think one of them had like a muscle car.
They shouldn't.
It's impossible to tell how old Kiefer Sutherland is. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's always looked like
Even
he was
to this
40.
day.
Yeah. He's hot. in the
All right.
movie, though.
Who's next?
I'll add the Lost District.
I'll go next. If RJ's done. Okay. My star is gonna go to Salome v. Mylera. Because that was expertly done. Expertly done. You didn't need our contributions. They were just fun to make. It was really good. I thought that whole scene was awesome. My wish is once again, because maybe it's a possibility now, to have this fucking conversation with the Baron. I am gonna talk to the Baron one-on-one. If it kills me. And it might.
I was gonna say, don't say that.
It
Could
might.
very well.
It's gonna happen.
All right.
I'm willing and
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to be like, I'm gonna go talk to the Baron.
It is gonna happen sometime between this job, I think, and the next bit where we do the diary and give that to Zephyr and see sort of where that lands. That's my plan. So if I need to change that, we will talk. But that's my current plan where I'm living.
Love it.
Love it. Perfect.
I'll go next. My star goes to Val fucking destroying all of us with I can't do this anymore. He takes out a gun and he shoots himself.
We gotta get a clip of that whole segment.
Oh!
That
I
was so funny.
died!
It was so funny. I'll put the
I
necessary trigger
fucking
warnings on it. Somebody please hit that for me.
Died. Oh! Because we were all thinking it! Please!
On to the
End
next
this
great
man.
adventure.
That's really what got me as fans. Off to the next adventure.
Oh!
And then it kind
I
of
don't-
did.
Listen,
Yeah.
Kind of did.
He kind of ended
Kind
up
of
doing
did.
it.
I don't
yeah.
like to toot my own horn, but I think that was the funniest thing I've said
It was
today.
really great.
It was
really
really
fucking
Who am I
great.
kidding? I love to toot my own horn. But you know what? I couldn't have made that very funny joke if you hadn't gone there.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's very true. My wish. I really love my wish is to just sort of follow in the coattails of Grackle with this campaign of okay, Grackle's now on the run. Grackle is the prodigal daughter. Everyone needs to back Grackle now because Daddy's going over the bend. I'm here for it. I want to explore every avenue for it. Yes. That's me.
Remember when that list was full of people we were gonna kill?
Uh-huh. And now we're gonna bring them all over to our side.
Yeah, we're slowly just like found familying
It's
them
okay.
into our.
We
Yeah.
can make a new list of people we want to kill. It's fine. It's no shame in starting over. You never know.
You're not wrong.
Gotta
You're
clean
not
those
wrong.
receipts and
I-
then just
I-
make a new one.
I started a brand new job in a new industry at 30. We can make a new list of people we want to murder.
Yep.
And that's
Could
okay.
Cobb be on it again?
We're gonna kill him again. I'm gonna fight.
We're gonna bring him back.
Bring-
With
I
no.
back.
am
Kill
gonna
him.
go to my demon
Kill him
mommy and
again.
say, "Give me 3 more people to kill so I can bring this fucker back so I can kill him again."
Perfect.
That's great.
In fact, put a soul here right now. I'm sworn to you forever.
Hey, actually, did you did you want me to keep murdering people for you? Because I'm ready. If I can have this one guy, I'm in it. My eternal soul, I don't give a shit.
Wings, you're last.
Go for it.
But not
Okay.
least.
Star is gonna go to all of y'all for fucking coaching me through that scene. I was legitimately struggling, as evidenced by the fact that I forgot how to do an accent.
Oh, I thought Jackal
thought it
was
was
like
part
doing a
of-
voice.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that fucking Tanzia knows her as her like trussed up like party accent, which she used back when she was still like the Baron's daughter. And I legit just completely forgot how to do that. I was all like, all that's in here is cowboy and pirate, and I can't do either of those right
Well,
now.
listen, you're skilled enough at this kind of thing that we totally bought it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But this is about you, not me. Because thank you for coaching me through that. Legitimately needed help there.
This is a collaborative game.
It is.
The
and I'm-
anime sports ball moment where all the montages connect together for this one moment of please help me.
All 3 of us set the volleyball.
Yeah.
All 3 of us.
Aw.
It's
for
the
you to
hands
spike it.
setting the volleyball with phantom hands around it.
And
Yeah.
you spiked it.
That is. It turned out really well. It's one of those situations where mechanics serve the story, and
Yeah.
the mechanics of my struggle served the story.
Put you say
So-
run over that entire conversation because it goes with everything.
Yeah. My wish. My wish is that Glass survives their encounter with the Baron. I'm actually
babe.
really I'm super
Yeah.
curious to see how that turns out.
Yeah. Well, all right, everyone. We got to wrap it up here. So, thank you everyone for watching. I know RJ, you said my quote. I'm going to give mine to the one that's on Fume, for Fume on the sheet, which is when you feel small, you have us to raise you up, and then you'll fight over who actually got it on.
Not
first.
mine's a dildo.
I thought about it. I'm
Whoever
giving it.
put that on the sheet, you're a hero.
All right.
Thanks, man.
But that's going to be it for everyone, for us tonight. Thank you everyone out there for watching. Unfortunately, we'll not be playing next Saturday, but we will be back in 2 weeks to continue our game. Join us in the meantime for our streams throughout the week. Full schedules below our faces. Thank you to my lovely players to make this game a joy to run. And thank you everyone out there for watching. We will see you in 2 weeks. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.